Well, well, well. Let me see. This should be on. There we are. Wow. Alright. Immediate distortion affecting the overall experience. What's up, everybody? While I wiggle these buttons. It's this side, right? Oh, there we go. That fixed it. That fixed it all on its own. Look at that. Beautiful. Lovely. Easy as that. You just gotta touch reality and it goes away. It's almost like real life. Almost like real life. Anyway. What's up, everybody? We're doing some, just some overall StarCraft 2 streams, of course. As always, as is per usual. What we do, it's our life, it's in our blood. It's in our bones. A little bit of a heads up. We're doing Kyo versus Ragnarok and Sue versus Patience. Those are the matchups we're starting with. I'm sure we'll get to see Kyo versus Sue anyway, right? Right? That's pretty. I mean, it's pretty. There's a good chance that will happen. I don't know. These were the graphics they gave me. I mean, I know that I was a little bit hectic overall anyway this morning. I think somebody else already had to do some other stuff there. Our team admin, with the overall thingamajigs. But yeah, I don't know what it was actually. This is not really a reference to that, but it's just me drinking something. So don't think about like he went for a cup of coffee or something. That's not the case. I don't know what happens. I just know that there was a lot of stuff to do all of a sudden. Anyway, high class SE2. That's right, my man. That's right. Elp Pi Kutka. Kutka. Is that how you say it? Is that close enough? It very well might be. And if it's not, well, I mean, that's rough. Storms Kuga. You guys have some good names today. Some great names. Also, apparently, N1C3C71NG. I think that is nice cling? Nice cling? Nice something. Something very nice. Welcome to the stream as well. Hope you will enjoy these matches that are coming up pretty darn soon. We're doing the countdown right now. You should be hearing it in the background, actually. Just in the palm of your ear. Should be picking up some lovely ticking noises. Which we all, you know what, in a sense, fill us with dread. Because we know we're about to go and play. But then we can relax because it's not our own ladder game that's loading up this time. It's somebody else's tournament game, right? And we are just here to watch this time around. Get used to it. When Cyril takes over the world, you'll all have to learn Finnish. I mean, it's already kind of happening, right? I think this was a good first initial step for me learning Finnish, right? It's hard to do it without an actual Finnish person being close by and telling me how to pronounce something, but delicious morning soup. Alright, here we go. So we're doing a GSL style type of group over here. We're starting off with this one right now. Otherwise, you know, it would be kind of weird to be like, oh, no, wait, hold up, stop the match. Stop it. We're doing the other one first. I don't care that you've done vetoes. I don't care that we're already here. No, it's not happening. So, yeah, in the bottom left side, we have ourselves a red Terran player. Fighting for the Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is a cure. Man, if you keep making jokes about this name with your friends, I mean, it becomes difficult sometimes to be all professional about it. Especially if you're shouting it out, and then it's like, you're close there. Anyway, in the top right side, we have ourselves a new member of the Alpha X family. One of our own. One of us. He's a little Korean boy, and he is called Ragnarok. I'm not sure if he likes to be called a little Korean boy. He's a proper Korean man that plays video games. The video gaming man of the future. But he's not future, he's Ragnarok. Just realized that future is also, in fact, of course, a player. So, I have to keep that in mind. Oh. Why is it that? What was the last bit of soup? Has every bit of everything you wanted in the soup. And then the rest of it is just kind of a watery, you know, an overall thing. Anyway. Oh. There we go. Ah, Overlord Dennis also joining us. Welcome, welcome. Great fact about Finnish. One of the only 2 European languages that is not connected to a common root. The other one is Basque. Language groups, there's several Finnic languages in Europe. Estonian, Sami and Hungarian, for example. I see. I see. Well, everything must have some sort of a root, right? It's not like they just came up with it on the spot a couple of years ago. You educated this stream today. That's right. Must have some sort of a root, right? Unless if they're just very overall kind of used to this type of stuff. Or how would you call this? How should I call this? You know what? Relaxed about the entire language thing, right? A lot of people, they continuously update their language, right? They innovate on it, they add new phrases, they add new terms, new words, but apparently the Finnish people have come to the conclusion, you know what, we kind of figured it out a long time ago. Why mess with a good thing? And that's why it doesn't root from anything, I think. I think that's the lesson here. At least that's the lesson I've taken away from this whole thing here. And as soon as Cell takes over the world, I'm pretty certain that my head will be the first of many to roll. But, alright, anyway. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle there. The third base took a while to get that set up. But looks like things are rolling out now. We also have the fusion core on the way. So it looks like we will be going into mech here, full cure. A difficult composition to be battling right now, I hear, from at least Solar. I'm not sure what Ragnarok's idea is about it, but I think the Zergs overall are kind of struggling with some of this stuff at the moment in time, at least. I know I am on my little streams and letter sessions. This is where my overall self-respect goes into the toilet, though, of course, as Ragnarok will easily hold everything that's thrown at him. At least so far, doing a pretty good job. Didn't lose the drone, didn't lose... Did he lose the drone? No, he didn't. Alright, lost one link, though, so that is, you know what, still better than I would do, but... it should delay a little bit of the creep spreading overall, which doesn't look like it really happens. And then, to be fair, I think it went up to 6 drones, or, well, 6 links anyway, right? So, maybe that already on its own, a little bit of a delay, and then a little bit even worse having that one picked off. But then again, not as much, because it's not as impactful, but at the same time, it's not really what you want to have happen, right? It's not what you invested those 6 links for. I guess it maybe in a little bit is, it is what you invested those 6 links instead of 4 links, but... Still know what you want. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Doesn't matter. Don't mind me. I'm just babbling right now. It's a long night. Finnish is related to Hungaric. I see. Cynical Death dropping some knowledge as well. He's in charge of the overall Finnish Wikipedia as well. I don't know what the Finnish Wikipedia would be called, but I would imagine it would sound something like Wikipedia. Because on its own, Wikipedia already sounds kind of Finnish in a way, right? Just overall. Wikipedia. At least to me, but then again, I don't have an ear for it. Anyway. It's a little poking here. I mean, people like pokings, right? Ooh, the, how many queens do we have? Jeez Louise, it's 9 of them. 9 queens. That should keep you safe, right? Should be more than enough to tuck all those drones into bed at night. Kiss them on their foreheads, tell them they're safe. Don't worry, baby. The battlecruiser won't get you here. At least one of them. One of them did get killed off. Oh boy! Oh, that was close. Man, that's unfortunate. But I think it's still gonna go down, right? That is still enough damage. Oh, one more shot needs to cancel it. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. It would have been better off just dying early on. Things looking okay here for Ragnarok so far. Ro8 dreams. Just got kissed on the forehead. The queen was like, go out there now. Go be a man. A man hatchery. Didn't work out for him. All he wanted with his own life was just to be an extractor somewhere else. Somewhere safe. But no. His mother told him to go be a hatchery. That's what he did. And it cost him his life. This is a big run by here with those links right now. But the Hellions very nice tucked in between the tanks. But still managed to get some good surrounds there. And that is the entire defense now gone. Cure on a scramble trying to get back home. It looks like just a couple of the SCVs overall will go down. So still pretty good management there by Cure. Controlling those SCVs. Is Cure the favorite here? I think... I don't know. Yeah, probably. Probably, actually. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it necessarily because, you know what? Ragnarok is on Alpha X, which is kind of a big deal around these parts of town. But, yeah, I think so. I think that's a fair assessment to make. So yeah, Cure right now already again in this mineral line here. Jeez Louise, this is... Oh my god, they're all stacking up right there. Cure not really taking the initiative though. Was already on his way out of there. Only later realized that that would have been a money shot right there. Does still kill 7 workers, so... You know what, it's not all lost in the game of flames and wheels. You think Hellions are inspired by Hot Wheels? Would that be a thing? They should get sponsored in a way, right? Just have like a little logo there. Oh, hello. Mules saying hi in space. There we go. So yeah, Infestation Pit on the way. Roaches as well. Gonna be starting up right here. Ragnarok now getting the ranged attacks as well. So he's transitioning here, it looks like. Would be nice, I guess, to see a Hydra Den as well plop down pretty soon. But it looks like, you know what, maybe he's not gonna go for anything such as Lurkers. But perhaps he's gonna go straight into the Infestor Broodlord style here. Which is kind of looking to be the case. You buy a Hellions Hot Wheels? Yeah, man. Me too. Screw my nephew, though. I'll have that baby for myself. Somewhere, put it on a shelf. Blue Flame... Blue Hellions on the way as well. Let's see what they'll be up to. I mean, it's like the bigger brother of the Red Flame Hellions, right? There you go, you can make an entire set of these stuff, you know? It's like a Blue Flame Hellion and a Red Flame Hellion, and... You know what, later on they'll be like, well, this is selling really well, we should have more colors. And then, you know, the StarCraft people would kind of be annoyed because, you know, that's not how it works. And then they're, what? But it's a purple Hellion. Look, it's purple flames. It's like that song, Purple Rain. Isn't it great? And then they would get Prince to sponsor it or something like that. The Rainbow Hellion, yeah. Well, thank God it hasn't happened, alright? I just ruined that entire idea in a second just because of how these type of things work usually. Alright, well, that's the Great Aspire. And the Infestation Pokey Stick being upgraded over here. You know what? If you're afraid of something, just poke it with a stick and don't try to get too close yourself. This is the way of the Infestor. Oh, that's a lot of Corruptors here. Looks like the Yamato cannons do hit. I don't think you should really fight it. Just moves back out of there again. The Hellions still being a little bit annoying, but it looks like they will be cleaned up here. Couple of links. Actually, they stopped running there. That's unfortunate. Thought he was going to get a perfect surround, but you know what, still manages to stop any damage being taken. And it's been a while, actually, really, since we saw any damage being taken, right? Already 10 workers... Well, only 10 workers killed, is what I should say. As Ragnarok goes into that late game. But, to be fair, I mean, has he really been that far ahead because he didn't lose the workers? I think he was a little bit low with just... the overall worker count anyway. That's always the thing to consider, as only now he's approaching that max supply. And his bank's not really there just quite yet. And that's kind of what you need against the max style, of course. You want to be able to kind of overwhelm your opponents with just having so many more units, or really outposition them. And outpositioning your mech opponent really doesn't work that well when you're going for Infestor Broodlords, right? It's not like you have the mobile Zerg army, so... I feel like you do still need to have just a massive amount of stuff. Their Transformers. Oh my dear lord. But then again, I mean, I wouldn't want... it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I guess you can't have a Hellbat that is a Oh, well, not the Hot Wheels, can you? I think that would just kind of stop you right then and there. Unless if they add wheels on the bottom instead of, like, the feet, the tiny feet that they have. And they would go around like that, you know, that one guy from DuckTales that was always on the one wheel, just have them go around like that. Why don't Hellbats move around like that? It would be so much cooler than just kind of the waddle that they have right now. They look funny, but I mean, they still have the wheels on top. Anyway. And it's not like it's easier to, like, use your legs in case they're heavy, you know? Doesn't make sense. Cannot compute. But anyway, a little bit of a fight over here. We have, I think, 1 Broodlord in production. So yeah, we have 1 Broodlord right now. That one's not going to have a good time against 5 Thors. But, you know what, he's going on the flank. He's on the flanking route right now. Trying to go, I don't know, go see Spain or something. He's going somewhere. Right, decides to come back. He's moving back in here. Alright, 9 more Broodlords. There we go. That's the stuff. That's what he needs. So, Cure here really only just kind of denying the creep spread and now moving back out of there. Ragnarok really trying to keep that creep spread going, but so far not having too much success with the Hellions just roaming around and continuously. I mean, this might speed things along, but that's really just the middle, right? On the sides over here, we don't have that much creep spread to these newly established bases, which allows stuff like this to happen, right? The siege tank just to kind of come in for a flank. But luckily for Ragnarok, he is in position fully. We'll be able to shut this down immediately, very nicely and cost efficiently. Just a couple of ravages there going down, but I don't think Cure wanted to have the siege tanks anyway anymore, right? Kind of dead supply at this moment in time. Well, I guess they're still useful against the infestors to try and target those down, so I think you still kind of need some of them. But you don't need as many anymore, especially if you're going up against the Broodlords, right? Which is the composition here that we're seeing. Instead of... Oh, he's still remaking full siege tanks, actually. So yeah, he knows about those infestors. This is a scary army here for Ragnarok. But the same goes for Cure, I suppose. These are just scary armies, and well, yeah, it kind of comes down to who controls their army better. In this sense, right? We have the Lurkers. No, wait, not the Lurkers. Jeez Louise, the Vipers. They're like Lurkers, but they fly, and they have, you know, a completely different... It's like calling, I don't know, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, or something like that, like, right? It's right. Maybe not exactly that, but. Alright, full battle cruisers here on the bottom right side. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, come on. Yes. Yes, the pokey sticks. There we go. That's what we need. Just zapping them away and now jumping right on top of this army. That's a great catch here for Ragnarok. He's kind of been lucky this way a couple of times now. Oh, transfusing the Vipers as well. Very nicely done. Keeps those alive as well. Did he lose a single Viper? He didn't. Wow, that's amazing. That's some awesome micro right there. I would have lost those in a heartbeat, honestly. A couple of times over. Again, I mean, Q just trying to get rid of this creep. Does not want to commit onto the creep. Let's see how this will go. Infestor Broodlord, of course, a strong blast from the past. People are already calling it over. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm still believing that something like this might still save the day. Right? I mean, look at it. We're going to be having a lot of nukes here, probably coming in. And Cure has a good amount of bases. Ragnarok has a good amount of bases. Yes, Ragnarok's army is a little bit more advanced right now, rather than the one from Cure. Which will allow him to do stuff like this. Which is quite painful, but he did lose the base himself as well, right? By the run by siege tanks right there. And like, one good EMP would do the trick already, right? Would shut down all those infestors, and then you should have a pretty reasonable time fighting the rest of this army here. But he's losing a lot, though. I'm not quite sure if the Ghosts are in time. Does he already have the enhanced shockwaves? No, he doesn't. So, a bit surprising, actually, that he did go for the cloak before the enhanced shockwaves. That may be a little bit of a mistake here. I don't know if that is a deliberate action on his part, but we'll have to wait and see. Wow, Kyr's just running away from this force right now. Does not want to engage this whatsoever. And, I mean... The Ghosts, they're now just coming out, and they're in between all these Broodlings. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Needs the Thors here as well. I don't know, even, should he just go on the base trade at this moment in time? I think Kyr's just lost for words right now. He doesn't know what to do. He's just kind of stuck with, well, this Thors in between his bases right now. He has a couple of Thors in the main base. He's setting up a Liberator over here as well. But the Corruptors are there. Alright, in comes the rest of the force right now. He just knurled SCVs. What? He's just like, yeah, I don't need to knurl everything you got. This should do the trick. This is like, I mean, that's pretty much the Zerg equivalent of mana mules, right? I think that's pretty much it. Or he mistook SCVs actually for Thors, which would surprise me, but could be the case. Oh, this is a nasty place right now. Yeah, you're not going to get up there whatsoever. Only a single Thor continuously going to be able to shoot these Broodlords. But you know what? The reinforcements does come through. A couple of Thors and a couple of Vikings at the same time spawning here. And that's going to clean up this army. But I mean... Yeah, but I mean... 11 Ultralisk now on the way right here. Ouch. Ouch. And in the end, I think we kind of can get a glimpse of how this one will end right here. As Kyr just didn't have the answer to the Infestors in time. Did not get himself the Ghost out in time, and now he's just kind of having to deal with this. It's just on a low supply. Oh my dear lord. Ultralisk on the top left as well, cleaning up another base. And, I mean, the Corruptors just corrupting the other bases that were still available. This is rather nasty. This is rather nasty. Alright, well. Yeah, Ultras do okay against Thors. They do alright. Oh, Infestors. Careful. Careful. There it is. GG. By the way, guys, he was knurling more SCVs right there. he was using more knurls on more SCVs. I mean, alright. that's some domination moves right there. Unless if he was actually like trying to avoid repairs taking place, which I suppose is a thing you could do. Interesting. Ah. Crookies, thank you for the follow. Also, Prizai Luda and Storms Kuga, thank you all for the follows as well. Rius 88, thank you as well. We appreciate your company for the stream. Remember, guys, we have a Matcherino page. You know what? Thank you for the follows. You know, that's one button click. A couple more, like I think it's only like 4 or 5, maybe something like that, and you'll be able to just support esports overall. You'll be able to get yourself sorted out and feel better about yourself. And I mean, we're StarCraft players, right? We know how to click buttons. That's like one of our strongest things that we do. That's what we brag about to other gamers, right? The amount of buttons that we click. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Alright. Here we go. In the top right side of the map, we have a red Terran player fighting for the Dragon Phoenix Gaming crew. He is none other than Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Yeah. Zoom in and out, and in and out. There you go. In case you didn't get a good look before, there you have him, the close-up. And a couple of more close-ups. Alright, his opponent for today is, of course, none other than the Alpha X phenomenal new Zerg player. He's in the blue colors right here. Controlling those lovely boys in the blue pants. The blue jeans. And he is... Ragnarok. We have an excellent collective APM. That's right. That's the spirit, my man. Right, let's see how Ragnarok is actually flying around with his overlords. Because it looks like he's sending his second overlord outwards pretty quickly here. And I mean, Kjør is known to sometimes be a little bit cheeky and throw down those proxy barracks. But it's not really happening so far. He might resort to that type of stuff at some later point. I mean, yeah, Ragnarok is just sending everything out here. You know, it could have had a sneaky little SCV. Just kind of sneak up on him. Make a couple of barracks. Right, anyway. Anyway, you live and you learn, Kjør. Next time, you know what? Call me up, hit me up. I'll tell you all the strategies that are in my book. I'll let you know. Alright, no, actually, Ragnarok will move backwards with the overlords. Alright. It's actually something you can do, right? You can check over here, check some other place, and then move the overlord backwards. You do have that time. And only now the SCV would come in for making a bunker somewhere, right? Anyway, so that's a safe thing to do. That's a little bit of a heads up to all you Zerg nerds out there. Alright, Reaper first and foremost. Again, we're seeing the six links here for Ragnarok. And honestly, I mean, it might not seem like much, but I suppose that's just kind of the nature of the game of StarCraft, right? Cutting the tiny corners, and for some reason, this is the second time now that we're seeing Ragnarok going for 6 links instead of 4. Which makes me wonder if he's just not feeling that confident in his overall ling micro. And he lost at 1 ling as well, and now I think we can kind of see why that is. Definitely not the cleanest ling micro here that I've ever seen. And the thing is, right, you only want to really chase the Reaper as soon as he gets close to the drones. But until that moment in time, you don't really need to, right? What's he gonna do? Shoot the hatchery? It's fine if he shoots the hatchery. That's kind of good, right? So you need to be very quick on pulling backwards. You don't need to do damage with the links. You just need to zone him out. That's all. That's all you need to do. Oh my, again, a little bit of a struggle here to getting this third base up. Does manage to get it, though. Did have to send both his queens out. And doesn't have a creep 2-man yet, so that's we'll start getting those right now. Sorry, I'm trying to learn the game as well a little bit here. And I'm seeing some differences as overall what Ragnarok is doing. I'm wondering how that works out for him. I suppose as long as he doesn't take unnecessary damage in the start, right? We saw this late game. His late game is pretty darn solid with the Brute Lords Infestors. Has some good control there, even with the queens in transfusing, all those vipers and stuff. That was really cool. That was some good stuff right there. He was on point with that one. And it would be really fun to see him actually move on first in this group. Of course, especially, I mean, with Kjør and Su there. I mean, Ragnarok. It's a shame he didn't get very far in the GSL this time around, but I mean, taking on Kjør and Su in something like this, and Patience, of course, as well. That could be pretty darn big. Could be pretty darn big indeed. Now, alright, we do have Banshees on the way. This Overlord right here will have a look-see. And sees what's coming over. Apparently I have team colors on, so things turn purple for me when I click on them. You guys like purple Zerg, right? Purple Terran as well. Look at that. Lovely. I'm a magician. Purple, red. Purple, red. Purple, red. Sorry. Okay. So, focus. Focus. We're okay. We're okay. It's fine. Nothing's happening. You see? See this ling over here? I mean, what's it gonna do? Check a third base. It's not there yet. Oh, wait. There it is. Alright. Well, Yep. Yep. Okay. And we're not seeing the same play coming out of Kjør here whatsoever. He's adding in the stim. He's going for the barracks and stopped at, what was it? 2 Banshees right here. He did get himself the cloak upgrade still, though, so that is a thing that he has available to him, which makes something like roaches or something like that moving across the map here very difficult to do. Even Zerglings, right, trying to do something crazy aggressive like that. Don't really think that would happen, but it's a possibility. Now, these cloak benches still pretty good to go into cloak beforehand, just to kind of avoid the Overlord spotting you on the minimap, of course. Which is rather nice. Otherwise, that would happen. And, yeah, getting 3 workers, I mean, it's not nothing, right? It's pretty good. Getting a couple more. There we go. 2 more. 5, 6. Oh, it's stacking up right now. 8 of them. Ragnarok starting to really bleed out workers right now. 10 of them completely vaporized right there. And that actually puts him behind on the overall worker counts right now. That's a problem, because this push will be coming in here. A good amount of mariners and the siege tanks combined with a couple of Hellions as well to provide cover for the siege tanks. You know what? Keeping these... Oh my god, that is such a good fight for him to take as well. Okay, Ragnarok wisens up and sends a lot of the links backwards so they don't get splashed by the AoE continuously. But this is a scary moment in time because Ragnarok had to replenish a lot of drones here, so he doesn't have as many units as he would like to against this. He will have himself some bailing speed, which is a big deal, of course. Let's see how much this will get done. Okay, Zerglings coming around here from the backside. The Hellions quite far forwards. Actually, is he just going to go for a counter? No, okay, he is. He's just setting up to intercept the reinforcements. All right, here we go. Oh, the links come on. Nice timing there. Has it coming, but the baneling's just a little bit short. Almost getting there, but oh my dear lord. All right, does still clean it up. Definitely felt like that could have been a little bit better overall with the banelings there. If you had like 1 or 2 more banelings, man, that would have been such an easier fight. I think you would have done that a lot more cost efficient, but great control there from Kjør, managing to take out so many of those banelings before actually getting to his front line. The bench is at the same time trying to poke in on the left side. Alright, and this is where things can get hairy, of course, because of the, well, just a very clutch hold in the first place, right? If Kjør just keeps trading like this, he may just be able to still overtopple his opponent, because he didn't manage to trade cost efficiently enough. And now, okay, trying to set up the same surround again. Kjør has wisened up, has the siege tank further back right now, protecting that flank. Will not allow the links to be set up that easily this time around. They could still try to go from the other side. Oh, you know what, further around. That is a possibility as well, of course. Checking to see if the siege tanks are still there. Sees that they are. And decides to go for the counter-attack this time around? No, okay, still the wraparound. What in the world? Okay, so he is going for the counter. But there is so many Marines right now, that is not going to be working out for him. Scary amount of forces there, and he, well, let's see if he still has enough here to hold this base. I think he will. Great overall engagement here, planning from Kjør. Setting up shop nice and slowly. Ramping up the pressure slightly every little time. And waiting for the rest of his forces to come in as well. Still having a good amount of forces continuously at home as well. Just in case he needs them. It's always great to see. Alright, in comes Ragnarok once again. Those banelings all blowing up on the siege tanks right now. And that is gonna mean that there's so many Marines right now remaining. I think that may be it. There's no more banelings remaining either. Well, a single extra baneling was being made in this moment in time, but yeah, GG is called. Ragnarok falling there because, well, the baneling's just not quite being able to be cost efficient enough there. And hitting the siege tank, that's just a big no-no. I suppose, like, as soon as you get close to the siege tank, if you move away with the banelings, very often they do still get shot, of course, by the siege tank, and then you just lose like 5 of them anyway, right? And then you're kind of sitting there thinking to yourself, well, I guess I could have just ran them into the siege tanks. But yeah, it's a nasty situation. And very nicely engaged there by Kjør. Now, we're going into the third decider match here. It will be Everdream. Everdream, I hear it's quite Zerg favored from a lot of Terran players, so I'm wondering if that's going to be the case over here as well. But honestly, I think that Kure should be able to just kind of get a push going. Again, right? One of those bio timings, I think those are pretty darn solid. Also, Michael, what's up, my man? How you doing? How are you doing today? In the mood for some StarCraft now, are you? Well, you came to the right neighborhood. Also, control team damage and... is that a Henvy? Henvy, thank you for the follow as well. Very much appreciated. And, yeah, game number 3. Already a pretty darn good series here so far. There's Michael. Michael following as well immediately. Alright, thank you. Thank you. What was I saying? Alright, yeah, already a pretty darn good series here. First one of the day. It's always nice to start off on a strong note. And let's see what will happen in game number 3. In the top right side, we have ourselves a red Terran little man. Oh, a little man, they might call me. He is Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Sure. And in the bottom left side, he is from, well, he's from Alpha X. You know, it's the place to be, I hear. I think it's a pretty cool team, right? They're setting up a lot of stuff continuously, is what I hear. It's what I know them for. It's what they do. They even get players in their team, right? Send them to events, stuff like this. You know what? They got Australia to Korea. That's pretty cool. I wonder if for Ragnarok they'll send them to Europe or something like that. You know what? To Finland. To live with Cyril for a little while. Get them trained up. That'd be pretty nice. How much would Cyril pay, once, like, you know what? Ask for? Money-wise. Would he just ask for money? Or would he ask for something else? Just, you know, continuous glory. A big shout-out. Anyway, he's the Blue Zerg. He is Ragnarok. Maybe he just wants you to cook for him. Oh. Right. 1-1. There we go. That's the score. That's the score right there. In case you were wondering, if you were looking at it. Well spotted, but I got it. Thank you. Alright, well, I mean, so far we've had a macro game. We had a bit of a timing attack. And nothing much else so far. I mean, yeah, we're only 2 games. Macro game definitely going into favor for Ragnarok, which makes me think that Kure will try to avoid that overall here. To not have that happening again. Once more, the 6 links here from Ragnarok. And again, I feel like he's just chasing it a little bit too long. Now, to be fair, I mean, he plays against Kure. I play against little tiny diamond man. Oh, loses the 1 ling again. But yeah, I mean, it's not supposed to happen, right? It's just not supposed to happen, and it seems to happen pretty consistently here for Ragnarok. So, definitely something to look into for him. Sarah would never lose those lings. That's right, guy in the chat. That's completely correct. Oh, again, trying to do a little bit of a dance here at the 3rd base. There we go. No fear with the 2 queens. It's pretty cool, actually, sending both those queens. But at the same time, I'm kind of wondering if you wouldn't want to have, like, a creep tumor being built here as well, while you're pushing across. I guess you don't have a way to protect it, in a way, so that could be a problem. And just to let you guys know, of course, this match isn't live, it's pre-recorded, and I'm just on a little bit of a loop, a vault loop. No, it's live, Sergic. It is. It is live. We have these players in a lobby. I'm lying to you. I've lied to you. You have fallen in my little ploy. No, I mean it is. I don't know. It is live, so there you go. There you go. We've just had these boys do the vetoes. You tricked me. That's right. That's right. I'm a little trickster. Well. Bamboozled. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm a Banshee. I'll bamboozle you too. I'll go into my cloaking field device and fuck your shit up. Just like this. Those Hellions, just a pre-taste of my power. Imagine Cure just being like this when he's playing. Oh, you think those are strong? Just you wait and see. I'm gonna get Tim as well. That's gonna be a great thing. Alright, so, roaches are here. I don't know how they got here. When did they get here? The Banshee, though, I mean, for some reason, the Banshee knew this was coming, of course. Oh my god. Okay, well, that is... What do you even go for here as Ragnarok? I guess you just shoot down SCVs, right? That's probably the main course right here. Oh my god, those links as well. Now, right on top of all those SCVs, the Hellions stuck in the main base. So those the links actually doing quite a bit here. That is so much damage. 21 SCVs. No. Oh, it seems that for some reason. How did this happen to me? It doesn't look like the Banshees say. They must be malfunctioning here. Interesting. My plans foiled once more. Alright, well, I mean, as an Alpha X caster, I mean, I can't be upset about this, right? I really can't be. I think I would get fired if I would be upset about this. So, you know what? There we go. That might be a GG right here. Ragnarok pretty free to do whatever the hell he wants. Killing this poor Crawler, it happens. Even getting the cancel there. You know what? Have another drone. It's on the house. Have 2 more. Here you go. Yeah, have another one. Why not? I don't care anymore at this point. 8 of them. This is a lot of damage again, but I mean, is it enough? Is it enough? I don't think we're ever gonna get to the point where this is going to be enough, right? He needs like 20 more kills, and then, I mean, he's starting to get there, right? 10 kills right there. But I don't think we'll have any more. We shouldn't have any more, right? Right? You thought you would win with this? You fool. Have you not heard? The power of my Banshees is extremely potent. There is a timing attack coming in again as well. I mean, we saw that worked out the previous time. We do have Ravages this time though as well. Roaches, stuff like this. Ragnarok seems to be pretty on top of things. Needs to keep a couple of queens back at home to defend against this. And yeah. Nope. It's all going according to plan so far. It's got my +1/+1 right now. Probably should have attacked this moment. I don't know why it's so funny to me. I mean, this is rough. This is rough to watch, guys. I know Cure just doesn't want to go down here because that would mean he would for sure need to win 2 more matches. And I mean, Sue is still in this, Patience still in this, and Patience, he can do some weird stuff. And Sue, he's pretty good as well at the game, I hear. So, it could definitely be a problem if you have to go up against both of those. Or even Ragnarok another time. Cure, he's coming back into this though. His army supply is actually ahead. His workers, 58 versus 68 right now. Risky saying Cure was winning after the all-in? Really? Maybe. I mean, he killed a lot of workers though, 31 of them. That's a good amount. But I think he might be right. Seeing how this is going on, maybe that was more of an all-in than I initially thought it was. Now, Now we're in this weird position where suddenly Q's starting to really make a comeback here. And I think those initial drone kills as well, definitely really working out, right? 24 right now actually in total being cleaned up. Those two Banshees continuously being the MVP of this series. Again, another little bit of a cleanup there of the creep sweepers. Creep sweepers. Need to ensure that that creep doesn't go too close to civilization. Oh. Good efforts. Good effort, right? A for effort. Sometimes it works. Sometimes this worked last time I did this. Well, whoops. Anyway, I'm liking the overall units placement for Ragnarok though, but I mean, he needs to start getting himself into a good late game position as well, and it doesn't seem like he's really giving the option here to transition. Nor can I really see the right plan that he's trying to take here, right? Oh, yeah, ooh, yeah, right, I think that's it. Wow. Wow, how wrong I was. What a fool I am. Doubting Cure. You see, losing 30 workers, that's just part of the course. Cure is very well accustomed to losing most of his workers. And then just cleaning up everything with a couple of Banshees. And some drops. And voila! Oh, that's still a pretty good hit, but yeah, come on, Cure. GG. Wow. Alright. Well, I mean, wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. Well played there by Cure, honestly. Jeez. Whew. Really didn't think that would go his way anymore. Let me just have a look at those graphs here for a moment. So I guess overall they went to the same amount of army value there, and then all of a sudden it just went upwards. And the work is active. I mean, that is still a big dip right there, I'd say. Can you see that? Is that something you see over there on the left? Or your right? On your right there? On the, don't look to the left. There's nothing there. It's probably just your room. Whatever's behind your monitor. You didn't realize after he lost 30 SCVs, he still have 3 bases, which are affordable for Terran. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, the 3 base is nice, but I mean, well, I guess he did have about the same income still. All right. Yeah. It's just it was a lot more all in than I initially thought it would. That it was. I think the benches did the work as well, right? Because, I mean, imagine having 10 extra workers right here. Overall. Right? Because it was about this moment in time, which is 6-something minutes, when he just started dropping workers left, right, and center. And then you can kind of see that he stagnates over here. Otherwise, I feel like this would have been a much steeper curve into overall success and salvation. So, yeah. Wow, well done there by Cure. Staying in that game as well for as long as he did. I would have tapped out. I would have been like, all right, well, you got me there. You killed my SCVs. I don't know how to replenish those while still doing other stuff as well, so I'm just gonna tap out. But then again, I suppose I would tap out in a lot of situations overall. Mostly because, you know, I'm frightfully scared of anything concerning, you know, competitive play. I'm a scaredy cat in that sense. I would just alt F4 after a couple of minutes of play where I lose my first drone or something, or the Reaper dies, and okay, never mind, guys, never mind. I'm sorry, I can't play latency. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, guys, remember we have a Matcherino page, and you know what? I'm gonna click on the ad break here for a second as well. Get that stuff sorted. And, yeah. Click this. There we go. No ads in between the match. And let me show you, actually, the people that are still here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're not, you know what? You're not at a disadvantage for supporting Alpha X if you're not getting ads. Because this is what you could do as well, right? It is over here right now on the Matcherino page. Very simple stuff, very simple stuff. This is where your APM really can shine. Show me the true power of the StarCraft 2 scene and the overall amount of clicking that we can do. Because look at this. It's 1 click, 2 click. Wait a little moment. Wait a little moment. This is just part of the strategy. Alright, that's when you transition into the contribute screen over here. Once you do that, normally without getting rushed in between, right? You gotta watch that early game. If you don't have the right setup with the account logged in, you might get overwhelmed at the second stage of this overall build. But I think you should do pretty well. So all you gotta do is AX 500s, and also, of course, I gotta accept this for a moment. So don't mind that. That's not part of the build. Don't worry about it. A little bit of a distraction in between, but that's fine. All right, so that's when you type these buttons, right? First you go AX 500 D and the J on the end right there. Don't forget the J on the end. Very important. It's all part of the process. And then, yeah, you click over here. And done. I've already done it myself, so I can't do it again. But that's about it. That's all you got to do. 50 cents, just like that, added to the prize pool. And I know that in total we can have 300 bucks overall for the prize pool added in code. So that is pretty darn awesome. Also, there's some other stuff here: replay pack, jerseys, all that good jazz. So yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. Go check it out. Now for some more StarCraft. Alright, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty stoked about this one as well, guys. Let me just bring you right into the action. We're going out of the action. One moment, guys. We need a second. I don't know what's happening, but you know what? I like screen time. No, but I mean, something's happening here for Patience. He is the right race. Maybe it's a map thing. Maybe he's concerned about what map he's going with. Maybe it's like, I changed my mind. I just realized that Sue is a Zerg. I don't want to play on this map. Eternal Empire, I don't think it is necessarily a map that you should be concerned about with that reasoning, but maybe Patience is. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? I can't read Korean. That's why I'm just making up an entire story, guys. This is not based on any true, actual thing here. I'm just riffing, coming up with something. Alright. Oh, okay, there we go. Into the game we go. The first match of this best of 3. In the top right side, we have spawning a bunch of white letters, some blue, and oh, they're fading away. Right? Okay, no, wait, it is in fact a red hatchery. Look at that. It's none other than Africa Freaks, Sue. Bottom left side. From Team LP, a blue Protoss. He is fighting for himself in this one, I suppose, right? Maybe his family as well. Maybe some bigger dream overall that he would like to achieve in the StarCraft scene. Which, you know what, would go a long way, of course, winning these online cups to get yourself some more money. Alright, yeah, he has ambitions, he has dreams, because he's a man. And he has feelings too. Anyway, he is Patience. Is Patience a feeling? Is that a feeling, actually? I'm not completely convinced that it is. It's more like a state of being, right? Could you describe that as a state of being? It very well might be. Anyway. What is happening here? What is happening here? Alright, so what I was trying to do as well is kind of see who these guys beat before getting into this group stage. So I'm gonna try to keep an eye on both of these things at the same time. So Sue went up against Kiwian and Solar, and that's it. That's all he had to do. Patience, on the other hand, he had to go up against Rogue. He had to go up against Special. He had to go up against Rogue twice, actually. So he almost lost... well, he lost the first series against Rogue, and then the second one, he managed to win. So he went vented in Patience. Nice. That sounds more like a feeling. More than a feeling. More than a feeling. I think you're dreaming. More than a... No, I'm sorry. All right, we won't go into that too much, right? Ooh, I've not seen this before. I think if we all close our eyes right now and just imagine the next oncoming couple of minutes, I think we'll get pretty darn close. All right, I think we can all imagine what's happening here, right? You don't need me telling you what will occur here with this Twilight Council. What will be starting to get researched. Of course, it will be nothing else but the charge upgrade. Right here, coming in. And there it is. We all know it's happening. Oh, what? What? Okay. You know what? Some people like to innovate. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, 2 adepts so far. Adept Glaives on the way. Robo as well. And I mean, Sue, he got the full scout, right? He got those 2 links in here. He knows what's coming. He's going to be able to get himself up to a reasonable drone count here. Also, already getting a couple extra links. So far, he's on 33 workers, which I feel like he needs to get himself a little bit higher, though. But he is supply blocked as well. Making 4 overlords at the same time here. That is a big deal, actually. This is the moment in time where you really need to squeeze out as many drones as possible before the actual Wild Prism and such comes your way. Alright, does start that Roach War in time. But this is difficult. It's going to be difficult, I feel like. This might get a bit feisty. Alright, no, still will get himself up to the 42. Alright, 42 drones. There we go. Now also starting up the links. Alright, no, he's fine. He's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. All that overall panic for nothing. No good reason. Just got to take my medicine right here. Just to relax a little bit, you know. Huh. Oh. 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 I mean, oh wait, he cancelled that? He cancelled? He cancelled the Adept Shade, really? Was he afraid there was another enormous swarm of links waiting for him over here? I mean, there were a couple of roaches, but that's about it. And, alright, well. That was a really, really weak first attempt here for these Adepts. Now, the strength of the Adepts, I suppose, is that you can just move backwards for a little bit. Get another warping round, and then try again later. Now, I bet he's going to finish this. Yep, alright, well, I don't even know anymore. Sometimes I don't understand the ways of the Protoss. How did he not do the shade in the first time? And now it's like he's fully surrounded with the links. And now he does it. It's like, I feel like this is the new thing Patience does. Instead of the blinking everywhere where he's not supposed to, he's just doing it with the shades right now. You know what? It translates pretty well. There might be a follow-up attack, though, with the Sentries and the Immortals. I think this is the way that he managed to beat Rogue a couple of times as well. By doing an Adept aggression, and then not really getting much done. Detour saying Patience is ridiculously ahead. Thought you were just being sarcastic, but then you corrected yourself. And then I knew you made a mistake. You made a fatal error. A blunder, some might say. Anyway, I mean, the thing was, when he was doing the, this versus Rogue, what happened was that he would keep those, oh my god, the links get in as well. He's going to be able to get the scout off, sees that there is in fact more gateways on the way. It's like, oh, okay, I can see what you're doing. I guess I can see what you're doing. And he's just making roaches right now. He's trying to get himself into safety. Nice force field there. One force field, getting 2 of those roaches. But yeah, as I said, the power previous time when we saw this from Patience was that he didn't lose the Adepts. The initial Adepts were combined with this push, and the push didn't really get too well scouted by Rogue. This time around, though, Sue completely in the know. He knows this is here. He knows that, well, he knew that it was coming for a while now. Still, 3 Immortals, they pack a punch. They definitely do, and you can't just send Lynx at it because, of course, all the Adepts are here. Alright, well, let's see how this is going to go. Shading forwards. I don't think Su's even going to... Well, okay, no, he is sending some stuff after it. But the Adepts, once again, just shading forwards here. Still a good amount of Adepts here. Nice micro this time around. We'll be able to clean up the Lynx so far. And getting those roaches very far removed from the overall other fight that is happening on this side. But, I mean, with the spines and the... Well, I guess there's not that much remaining anymore as the buffer for the spines. This base might actually still fall. The Adepts causing all these other roaches and everything to just kind of be moving out and about in the rest of the base. And they do finally get cleaned up. But the roaches... Still very out of position for this main fight here, and it looks like Patience might be able... Well, I mean, 40 army supply, that's not a lot, is it? We'd like to see the Warp Prism kind of get involved. It's starting to get somewhere, though, right? Is it? No, well, no. Well, yeah, no. No. GG! GG! Yeah. Thought for a moment the army supplies were getting a little bit closer together, but then... Well, you just see another one of those costly Protoss units go down and boop, immediately. Some of the Protoss supply just drops immediately. It's like the stock exchange, you know what? It's hard to fully see what will happen unless if you know what you're doing. Which, I mean, of course I know what I'm doing. So win Patience, game number 2. I think Su kind of has Patience's number here. Patience would not be nice to see him do something else here. Maybe kind of get his other builds out, or maybe not have the Twilight Council be scouted. That'd be a good thing too. Or you know what, the follow-up attack. But I think you can kind of see, right, what that push is meant to do. And if you imagine all those other Adepts not dying horribly to the Lynx in the first couple of engagements, then... Well, actually, yeah, but like he lost one wave and then he lost another wave by shading on top of all those Zerglings right there. But, well, I mean... Then if you have all those Adepts still alive... And you combine them with the Immortals. You combine them with the Force Fields and the Sentries. Instead of all your Adepts, you can send out a small group of Adepts to have those roaches go elsewhere. And that would be pretty cool. Anyway. In the bottom left side of the map, we have a red Protoss fighting for the Africa Freaks. Here's Su. Bottom right side. It's looking for a bit of a redemption right here, making a gateway and an assimilated. So no cannon rush just quite yet. Bocarosco. Dabs merge into destruction. That's right. Just every time when Patience does this stuff, I'm reminded of the entire Tiger story that we had with the blinking and home story cup. Oh man, that was great. Anyway, I forgot to say, he's from Team LP. He is Patience. There's a tiger in there, guys. It's like him going on a roller coaster. When it says out of order, the seat belts aren't there. The wheels squeak. Just turns it on anyway. Sits down. The roller coaster crashes. He's like, oh, I don't think this roller coaster's working. I'm not quite sure what happens. Oh, there you go. Being a pesky little boy, won't allow Su that quick third hatchery here. So Su instead making the queens first and foremost. Now going to the gold base, we'll try to deny a third base over here as well. Ah, Bocarosco. The one viewer host. Hope that's not going to be a continuous thing here for today. The one viewer host. Well, I guess if everybody does it, If you have like 2 viewers, sure, bring him over. That'd be nice, but 1? I don't know. Well, it's alright, I guess it's still nice. I guess it's a little bit of a gesture kind of thing, right? Maybe? I don't know. It's distracting, though, with the overall experience. We're having a Stargate right now. Who else but me would be shouting out that there is a Stargate on the way, right? Maybe somebody in chat who's looking at the production tab, but we could remedy that. There we go. You have 350 followers. Alright, alright. Nice! Actually, I didn't think that fully through then. I mean, the Stargate opening, it's a thing, but the already general response to the Adept Glaives already involves the Spore Crawlers as well. So it like never really does all that great in my opinion, right? The overall Stargate openings. I think, you know what, we need to see... it's good to mix in there, right? It's definitely a good thing to kind of mix in. To kind of show your Zerg opponent, like, look, we can do this as well. You don't have to prep blindly versus our strongest build. You could do something else as well to prep for this. And then, you know what? Maybe the Adept Glaives do a little bit better again next time. Couple of links here. Nibbling on the toes of that Adept right there. Has to go back to Aya. As the Oracle, I really hope this Oracle is not going to be activated for these 4 links. That would be... that'd be bad. That'd be bad. Depths right now also kind of struggling here. Oh, looks like they will be able to get a couple of kills perhaps. 1. 2. There we go. Satisfaction achieved. Now, Patience, what is his follow-up over here? I mean, he's... oh, wait, he's killing more stuff. Hold up. Alright, so this Oracle actually getting 3 kills as well. 5 kills so far. It's an okay amount, right? It's an alright amount. It's not bad by any means. But it's not that fantastic. It's not that, you know, an overall dominating amount of drone kills that will let you win the game. So a little bit surprised. Trying to get a cancel on that third base and then not seeing anything. And suddenly there's a probe coming from that angle. And he's like, wait, what? There was the third base? Am I going crazy here? What's the third base there? Wasn't it? Oh, no, wait, there's still no third base there. Interesting. Well, this might require a recall if... no, well, it's too late. Man. These Lings. Savage. The Savage Lings. These are the Savage Lings DLC pack. They tear apart Adepts, Zealots, and Stalkers. Oh my god, they're doing a lot. They're doing so much right now. Oh, they're gonna get the Sentry too. What? What? It's losing a couple of workers though because of the Oracle, I believe. But, I mean... I mean... Can't complain about those numbers, can you? Doing pretty darn well. Killing off 6 Adepts, 3 Zealots, a Stalker, and a Sentry. It's losing more. How am I continuously missing this? Where are these dying? It's hallucinated Phoenix. Alright, so 3 more works do go down. I mean, that's the patience is one real trick here, right? Trying to get some more drone kills going with the Oracles, but at the same time, Sue is feeling pretty comfortable droning up right now, especially after killing all those gateway forces right here. And knowing that the overall tech right now that is being utilized is the Stargate, right? It's not going to be able to do, well, be that aggressive in game ending. Sometimes it's just the best to have more drones. More drones. So where's this gonna go? Where's this second Stargate gonna take us? Patience. Looks like he's stockpiling Phoenixes right now. And I'm not sure how that's gonna go because we're seeing 12 roaches on the production tab. And again, 12 roaches. It's a lot of them. Keeping them well hidden as well. More roaches continuously being reinforced. And also already we have the Hydra Den. He's getting the Hydra upgrades too. So, I mean... It's a scary place here for patience. I don't... I mean... He might just come in here. No, the force fields are good though. Targeting down sentries. That is a good call. Can he get another one? Yes, he can. Can he get another one? No, he can't. Right, holds on there with the power of the of friendship. And force fields. An Excalibur. Pretty sure Patience has Excalibur. Just uses Excalibur. Slams it on his keyboards continuously. That's how you play StarCraft. So I play StarCraft, so use my Excalibur. No, wait. Hydralisk. Hey! Hey, how's it going, fellas? I don't see this every day. Getting rid of that the pesky gateway, of course. Always been a thorn in his side. Doing some remodeling of this interior. Gonna get himself the disruptors that he always wanted instead. Oh, this could be good. Do these drones not see the oracles? They do, right? They do. Yeah, look at that. Alright, and the oracles see the drones as well. There we go. 5 more drones. Gone like that. But this is where the real rubber meets the road moment arrives. Of course, those lurkers versus the disruptors. It's going to come down to the overall micro of the disruptor shots. I mean, there's no Vipers or anything of the sorts, right, to kind of deny those disruptors. This is all he has. Let's see if he will be able to spread out nicely enough. All those lurkers are on top of each other. 3 of them instantly gone. 2 more. 2 more. They're gone. Get out of here. Get out of here, Sue. Think you can just kill a Protoss like that? No. I don't know how exactly he did it, but man, oh man, did he do it. He did it, alright. He did it. There. Trying to come up with a new couple of phrases to mix in. Diddly do did it. Just throw them out in about a couple of times in the cast overall. More lurkers, of course, are going to be constructed, replacing the other ones. 4 disruptors this time around, though. That's twice as many, and there's less lurkers this time. So you know what? Just a numbers game, guys. It looks like Patience is winning this one. It comes again. Ooh, doesn't reach this time, though. How did that Zealot live? I thought he was inside of that disruptor shot anyway. Scary moment in time. Very scary moment in time. Just kind of looking, waiting anxiously as to what will happen. Nice continuous use of Revelation, of course, on those sources of Sue. Will force them to kind of be a little bit safer here. He has no way of really knowing what's coming through the shrubbery, so he needs to be careful, honestly. Alright, you know what? He's going for it. Ooh, nice dodges so far. Oh, does take a little bit of a hit there. Misses the lurker. Another shot. Only getting 2 Hydras. Another one. Ooh, there we go. That's the damage. Now he's out of disruptors. The Hydras here absolutely tearing the Immortals and the stocks apart, but once again the force fields come to save the day. At the same time, though, a big War Prism attack coming in here. We'll be able to start, I guess, damaging the Hive. You shouldn't get this, right? There's no way you would get this. It's very low now, though. Imagine just coming in right now afterwards with another wave or something like this, but then that'd be DTs. Ooh. And DTs. Right, the Vipers finally making their arrival here on the scene. Definitely a piece of the puzzle that was still missing with this one. As soon as those Vipers are out, he will be able to abduct those Disruptors and absolutely demolish them. Why is he engaging right now when he doesn't have the Vipers yet? Oh my god, losing absolutely all of his Lurkers once again. I guess he just doesn't want to give the low ground here to Patient. He doesn't want to have him on that ground there. He wants to have him in those choke points over here. Wait a moment. Was it because he was maxed? No, because he's remaking. I don't even know. Okay, well, he does have how many Vipers? 1. 2 more on the way. 6 Lurkers on the way. And a Nidus one. And a Nidus one. Should be popped up right here. Patience. You know what? He thinks he's ready. He just doesn't know how not ready he is. He just barely doesn't know every single time here. Crazy. Couple of stocks here. This is fun. This is pretty nifty, isn't it? Might have to use his Nidus network to get there now. To save this. Maybe make a couple of Dropper Lords. Wait, do those spines actually protect against the stalkers now? Is that in range? Oh, a lurker as well. Okay, that should do the trick here. A run by from Sue as well, trying to come from the top side at the same time though. On the bottom, okay, well, disruptors do come in time. This is a weird one. Gets himself a disruptor for free. Gets High Templar too, so no storm anymore available. And the lurkers and a couple of roaches, Hydras, wiggling their way behind this mineral line right there. Gonna squeeze in, like, no, it will fit, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like a guy at a movie theater coming in between you and your girl while you're sitting there. This, of course, happens to me on a regular basis. I'm at the movie theaters. Anyway. This is rough. This is rough, actually. A really good overall fight for Sue on both sides, I'd say. Killing off a lot of probes, denying mining, killing off a base over here as well, killing off so many high-tech units, right? Disruptors, High Templar, I think even some Immortals bit the bullet there. All without the use of those Vipers too. Like, he hasn't used those Vipers at all yet, and he has 3 of them right now. So let's see if he will be able to get things sorted with this one. Oh boy. Shh. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Alright, wait, can we see what he's looking at? Did he see? Did he notice? I don't think he noticed. He got so close. He's like, oh no! Alright. There he goes. There's the warp in. Lurker as well. That is so rough to deal with right now. This is such a painful situation. Mid-transition. That's with your pants down as far as it gets. GG is called. And Sue wins this series, the second series of today, out of a grand total of 5 that we'll be having. So we're not even halfway yet, Mr. Boca Roscoe. This is only the second series. Now we're going to go into... we're going to have Sue versus Cure right now. Sue versus Cure. That's pretty darn solid stuff right there, I'd say. Looking forward to what we'll be seeing between those two. Because already, the Ragnarok versus Cure was pretty darn hard. I don't know why I used the word hard. Is Cure new? Never heard. I don't know. I don't know, Koba. I don't know if I don't think he is. Of course I know Cure, of course. Just suits over PJs. Well, I mean, as long as you don't see anything underneath over here. You know, the mustard stains right now, the crumbs, all the... I promise it's yogurts. That type of stuff. Oh, no. Alright, so, guys. We do have the Matcherino page still as well. Let me try to be professional here. I mean, I'm dressing the parts. I'm just not acting the way I need to. Here you go, Matcherino. That's the thing we're doing. That is the thing we're doing. Also an ad break, of course, just in the middle of this. This is important service announcements. There you go. LVX 500 DJ Esports Cup. If you go over here, you'll be able to log in right over there. That's an easy way to do it. There's a little button for it, as they call it. That's where you use your cursor, and you go with your cursor on top of the button, and then you press the button on your mouse. So it's actually a combination of using the button on your mouse while hovering over the interface that is on your screen representing a button as well. And then it's a very similar story over here. All you got to do is press contribute, type AX500DJ. That's doing, well, you do that with the buttons on your keyboards. And then last thing you do, you guessed it, you press this button over here. And that's it. That's all you got to do. That's 1, 2, 3 buttons in total, and a little bit of a copy paste if you're lazy, or just you know what, if you're a smart man, if you're, you know what, brainy and you have a high IQ, you'd probably be able to just remember what to type and just type it in that way, right? Because I mean, it's kind of showing right here, AX500DJ. It's not Alpha X in full. Don't write that. Just AX. You know what? We wanted to make it shorter and easier for you. And that's kind of what's happening there. All right. Anyway, also we have the replay pack, of course, as well. $10 will be added to the prize pool there, and that's gonna give you access to all of these groups right here. So you'll be able to see all these games right here that are being played as well. Still, of course, these 2 group stages will also be sent to you, and the playoffs as well. The 2 best of 5s and a best of 7. Another way to do it, of course, would also be, I think you can get them from either subbing or the Patreon thing. I think the Patreon thing is a bit of a sure bet overall to get access to all the replays, but it's up to you. Up to you. Or you do it all. That's a possibility too. You don't care about the replays necessarily. You just care about having more games in the future and more entertainment, possibly with me, maybe with some other people. So don't feel like you're obliged to be stuck with me necessarily with these types of things. But overall, pretty darn solid stuff. So here we go. The best of 3 of the winners match. The winner of this one will be moving onwards as our first participant into the playoffs, which will be happening at a later date, of course. Not going to be happening here today. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. CEST would be Group B. So looking forward to that one as well. What players do we have in Group B again? Oh, good that you ask, Kozan. Right at the start of the game. Why would you ask such a thing? It's Stats, Innovation, Armani, and Dream. Alright, thank you, Kozan. Now, please do your job and introduce these players. Alright, in the bottom right side. Thank you, Hatham, for following. Right in between all the introductions. So many distractions here, guys. This is a problem sometimes. But you know what? I am a professional. We're gonna just pretend like nothing else is happening right now. And continue onwards without further delay into the introductions right here. So, oh, it's a barracks over there. It's Red Terran player. Dragon Phoenix Gaming's man in charge. He's a GSL finalist. Because he's pretty darn good at the video game. He is a cure. It's a band as well. In the bottom left side, there's a Blue Zerg. He's fighting for the Freaka Freaks. He's just chilling right now, you know, doing his thing. He's probably just snorting some coke at home right now while playing a video game. Yesu! I don't know why. I just thought that would be a funny image. Probably shouldn't do that. It's not the case, guys. Don't do drugs. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's not even funny, honestly, right? I mean, it's kind of a weak punchline overall. Don't need it. Don't need it in your life, alright? Okay. Okay, so, I don't know what's wrong with me today. What's wrong with me today? Alright, video games. Video games. Love is my drug of choice. That's right. Love and cuddles. Cuddles and lots of love. L30TM? I don't know. I don't know, man. Depends on where you live, I suppose. A lot of places it's not okay. It's not okay at all. It's a gateway. Gateway to all sorts of messed up things like stalkers. And adepts. Adepts are the worst, man. Oh my god. What about those zealots as well? They're pretty Scary. All right, so this is where we have the Lynx versus the Reaper micro once again, right? It's the whole ordeal, what people do, and I mean, there you go. Some lovely micro there from Sue, being able to keep that Reaper away at distance. Gateway to GM? No. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Oh, well, it might be actually. A gateway might be a way to GM. As long as you put them in the right type of style, right? Oh, what a catch. Oh, man. Once again, the white will evades Moby. No, wait, that is the will's name. What was the captain's name again? It's not Moby Dick, is it? That's the whale. Moby Dick once again flees Ahab, the captain. Is that what you're saying here? Is he called Ahab? He might be. You could tell me anything. Ahab. Ahab. You sure it's not Ahab? Are you sure? I mean, it's from a book, right? So, who really knows, honestly? Who could say? Right, battle cruisers, once again. It's mostly guesswork, right? Reading something and then... Only Herman knows. Is that the other whale? Is that his co-captain on the ship? Do they have co-captains on sailboats? Is that a thing? Do they have... That's the other whale. That's right. It's the slightly less white whale that is always just continuously ignored. Everybody continuously thinks, ah, there he is, the white whale, the famous white whale Moby Dick. And then they get a little bit closer and they're like, oh, no, it's Herman. It's Herman, the slightly less white whale. Ah, man. Herman Dick. The pale whale. Alright, Are you calling yourself a pale whale? Man, this should be a term at a beach, honestly. I need to start using this as a term of endearment to my friends on the beach. That's great. That's some good stuff. Right, well, in comes the battlecruiser. How many queens do we have? 6. That's not quite as many as you'd like to have against this. I don't think Sue really was aware that this was coming. Good job so far on the transfusions, but he might take a lot of damage here. Nice spread on the queens overall, though. Not taking a lot of damage from the Hellions that way. But actually, he gets the battlecruiser. The battlecruiser goes down. That's a bit of an oof. Oh, nice Evo chamber as well. Allows those drones a little extra second to escape here. But still losing quite a couple. Mutalisk now coming in as well. The Lynx too. Oh my. Oh my. That was a bit of a bloodbath. A bit of a bathing in the blood. So yeah, I mean, overall, 9 workers, is that what you're looking for? I suppose it is pretty good, right? It's not bad. He equals out the worker count overall. He still has the 3rd base as well. And now, he doesn't have anything at home, which is plan B of the overall strategy here. Alright, the Mutalisk also forcing those SCVs away. That's going to be a broken down door. Oh, nice Widow Mines there, though, hidden above the command center. There's 3 more Widow Mines on the top, and of course, with that new armory increase, they will just be hidden right now. So, another thing that is, well, a little bit working out into Cure's favor. He did lose himself some 22 workers, but, I mean, as we all know, he can lose about up to 31 and still be relatively okay. Especially if you have 2 Banshees, which he doesn't actually right now, so... Kind of feels like a repeat of the Everdream game in a sense, but now we have Mutalisk instead of Roaches and Ravagers, and it's a little bit less all-in because you're already a bit better set up, I suppose, for a later part in this series. Only now getting the Evo chambers, so should be okay. I mean, +1/+1 only now starting as well for Cure here. It's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. But you know what? 3 CCs, mules. Let's see who's ahead with the overall income graph right here. Oh, wow. It is actually still Sue. That's crazy. Does the game not see this amount of mules right here? I mean, another one's... I think you realize. See, like, wait, hold up. I should be ahead right now. Show that graph again. Let me drop down a couple of mules. Show that graph again. Hold up. No. It's still kind of equal. It's a slight advantage. It's not massive, but maybe it will happen with the gold base. Hold up. Just like, wait, hold up. Wait, give me a second. Give me a second. We'll go for a second wave of mules. We'll take the golden base. Hold up here. Hold the phone. Try it. Try again. It's almost equal now. Mutalisk, though, relentless in the harassment. Coming in again. Trying to find some more opportunities to strike fear in the hearts of the enemy. Right. Okay. Yep. I think. Maybe. This might be. More dead SCVs. Alright, there we go. Conclusion has been arrived. GG is called. Sue takes game number 1. Very well played. Great attack over there overall, and props to him. Props to him being able to finish off a game where he gets 30 worker kills. It seems really hard to do sometimes, honestly. I guess there weren't the 2 Banshees, but then again, with the Mutalisk, I suppose you have an easier time beating Banshees as well. So overall, that probably wouldn't have saved Cure as much as it did that other series versus Ragnarok. But yeah, well played there. Well played there by both those players. And Sue takes the lead initially. This is also what happened with Ragnarok, of course. But although, you know what, Ragnarok did do it in a bit more style, using the Brute Lords and the Infestors. And then absolutely tearing Cure a new one. And ever since then, we've seen Cure mostly stick to the bio play, hasn't he? Like, he just avoided the entire mech ensemble completely. Entirely. Even though he started up with the battlecruisers there again, he went back into the bio afterwards. Not something you see all the time. It happens sometimes, but not very regularly. And that may have been also a little bit of the part of the reason why he didn't have that much stuff at home and why that counterattack was that strong, because he was trying to transition back into the bio play. Anyway, let's see. Let's update the scores right here. And let me tell you a little bit about this man. He wakes up in the morning, puts on his shoes, has a little bowl of cereal, Korean cereal. I don't know if that's something specific, but you know, you get the drift. You get the drift. He puts up his PC, right after the cereal. Maybe he works out as well. I don't know. Maybe. And he plays a lot of StarCraft. Plays a lot of StarCraft. I got a metric shit ton of StarCraft. And he does so by doing a lot of tournaments. Mostly on the internet, right? Sometimes, you know what, you can see him in the GSL as well. Yeah, he's pretty darn good. He's pretty darn good. How far along are we in this match already? How much stalling do I need to do? Anyway, he is Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Cure. Yeah, I guess that's where I could have taken this story. Then he decides to... And am I reading this right? The Dragon P Gaming? I mean, I know you need one to really screw one over on your opponents, but I mean, I forgot to mention his snort routine. Anyway, now that's this man right here in the top right side. He wakes up. He doesn't have a bowl of cereal, no sir. He has a bowl of crack cocaine for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. No. He's a lovely man. He is full of life. He's a great player overall. The Freak of Freaks. He is. Sue. Being harassed right now by this Reaper over here. Don't think that the Reaper is called Sue. That would be a mistake. Those little tiny links, they're called Sue. Some man need a little extra. Alright. God. I think I need to turn the ship around, guys. I think we took a wrong turn somewhere, alright? Doesn't this kind of look like a Zergling as well? In a sense. I mean, I know it only has 2 legs. Wait, don't Zerglings only have 2 legs? Hold up. Stand still right there for a moment. They do, don't they? Oh, come on. Crying out loud. Just stop running around. No, wait, they have more, right? Don't they? Looks like they do. Yeah, tiny little front legs. They do have them. It's a thing. It's a thing. Myth busted. Anyway. It won't get you anywhere in life. L30 TM. It won't get you anywhere. Won't get you anywhere at all. At any moment in time. They have 4. Wait, no, don't. Don't tell me this. They're like little raptors, alright? They don't... Raptors don't have 4 legs. That's why they're called raptorlings, right? Okay, so very quick spire here from Sue once again. Actually, having the layer already available before the 3rd base finishes up here. Now, scouting-wise, Cure is not that much in the know, right? Didn't get that much scouting done after the initial Reaper. And it's gonna go for the benches here as well still. I don't think that would have been the choice to go for with the overall Mutalisk on the way. How many links? I mean... it's difficult. It's difficult to know, alright? It's hard to say. For a moment I thought, wait a moment, isn't this a thing I know? Nope. Apparently it's not. Alright. Here comes the first Banshee. Banshee's famous for, you know what? Having 6 wings, of course, as we all know. They use their jet engines to propel forwards, and they shoot fireworks when they go to the bathroom. It's a kind of a celebratory firework after every little poo. Alright. That's the Mutalisk now as well. Going the wrong way for now. I wonder, yeah, he'll just send them around. I mean, no reason to keep them hidden when you can avoid quite a couple of worker kills. Still 6 though, being achieved right there. I wouldn't say that that was going to be a 6 kills with those Banshees. With that amount of queens being available and the Mutalisk as well. So, you know what, nice targeting there, nice micro overall for Cure. Not missing a beat there on the overall trigger. And being able to get 6 in total. Mutalisk right now, running into those missile turrets, of course, already available. Right. I mean, this is starting to stack up, guys. 8 more workers being killed off here. That's rough. That is rough. And once again, Cure, I mean, he's doing it, dude. He is back up to 65 workers right now. And he's ahead. He's once again ahead in the economy. Starts pushing across here. Sue's going to be in the position, much like Ragnarok was on this map, actually, where he feels obligated to start, you know, remaking some of those drones that he lost. His creep spread's not all out there either. And this is going to give the opportunity for Kjør to really set up shop right here. I mean, he could just do it over here because there's hardly any creep spread, but he could go up to top as well, whichever he would prefer. And looks like he's just going to go for the straight front door over here. Needs a little bit of a pre-split, perhaps. Already lane speed is here. With that quick layer, of course, always a good idea. The Mutalisk looking for reinforcements. Might be able to catch a siege tank or something. And that's going to pull the, well, overall force the hand of Kjør here as well. I don't say force, but I suppose just kind of wants him to attack here, knowing that those Mutalisks are not part of the fight. It's not likely that there will be an attempted cleanup anytime soon here. And this is just rough. This is very rough for Su. He's in a tough position here. Wants to keep this base alive, of course, but I mean, incredibly difficult now with 2 siege tanks here to engage this without taking too many losses. Wants to set up a flank somehow, anything with those links, of course. I don't think you can come in from one angle and assume that you will be okay, but you know what? It's happening here anyway. The Banelings really not hitting anything so far. The Mutalisk and Lynx now having to deal with the Marines, but you know what? Just will be able to clean this up. No, wait, hold up. Reinforcements. Whenever you think it's over, suddenly it's like part 2. Live now in theaters, which is more Marines. And Medivacs. And another siege tank too. Oh, might get picked off there. Nice little bit of damage already on top of that. That's big, actually. This is what you need to do as Su. You need to keep Kjør on his toes. Keep a good batch of Marines at the siege tank right there, so it's easier to clean up the initial Marines. Buy as much time as you need. Oh, there we go. Lovely small batch of those Banelings and the Zerglings there, who only have two feet. Right, they might have 4 legs, but I swear to you, they only have 2 feet for some reason. It's very weird. The other one is just like a hoof. And yeah, once again, we'll be able to kind of clean up this small entourage of Marines, and even gets the siege tank there. So only 1 siege tank remaining, and I think, you know what, Su has bought himself enough time here. Didn't go for the full engagement unless he was certain that he would be able to win this one. More Marines come in again at the same angle, but this time around there's still a whole boatload of Banelings remaining, so Su is going to attempt to still trade out a little bit here. Didn't turn out to be the right choice. And Kjør pushes him back once again with the reinforcing Marines, and does so very convincingly once more. Now we don't have Banelings actually. The Banelings still morphing. Kjør might be able to just come in here. And man, oh man, this is gonna be quite a rough one. The Banelings just barely not done, but ooh, great Widow Mines. Oh, actually one of them hitting a lot of those Marines there. But there's a Thor here now as well. The Mutalisk all clumped up. That's gonna be a lot of splash damage on top of those Mutas. Ay, 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 ay. I think that might be it. I think that's a GG. For Kjør, GG. Whew. I mean, Banelings. I think Banelings need 4 feet as well, or 4 legs. That was rough. That was rough, honestly. I think, again, it kind of comes down to not being efficient enough with the first engagements. And that's when you slowly start to have things turn into the favor for the Terran player. It's rough. That, and of course he did lose a good amount of drones, right? He lost drones to the Banshees, he lost drones to the Hellions. Then he had to replenish those, and that is happening at the exact time when Kjør is coming in with the attack. So it all kind of intermingles with one another. I'm going to quickly run this ad as well. I think we have time. There we go. Transition from tanks into Widow Mines plus Thor mid-push Korean macro skills. Yeah, that was pretty darn cool. That was impressive to see. Getting himself set up for that type of a attack. And doing so wonderfully well. And controlling those Marines as well like an absolute beast. Being able to continuously keep that pressure up. Micro against the Banelings. And very often what you see in like less experienced Terrans in a way. They over split, right? So you split too far backwards. You try to send too many Marines backwards. But Players like Cure, Innovation does this very well as well. I think Maru does this really good too. Like these really top tier Terrans. They know when they need to stop splitting. And he does do it beautifully, because then they will be able to just clean up the banelings instead of being stuck with a position where they, you know what, lose more Marines than they needed to, because most of the Marines were running instead of actually shooting, trying to split, you know? Anyway. But yeah, we saw a lot of that from Cure there in that sense. Very, very well played. Alright, in the top right side of the map, we have a red Terran player fighting for the... Am I reading this right? Dragon Phoenix Gaming, I think I am. Alright, well, he is Cure. Dirty little clan boys. Alright, anyway. In the bottom left side, there's a blue Zerg fighting for the Africa Freaks. Well, also sounds a little bit like a nightclub with a stripper club, specifically themed. Anyway, he is Sue. The freaky Africans. Still no 2 racks at all being proxied here by Cure. Like hasn't done a single proxy yet so far. And this is the 6th game we've seen of him today. So I'm wondering if he does lose this one, if he might transition into a little bit more of that aggressive play. But yeah, he's just continuously playing the straight up macro, continuously doing the same good old stuff that is working for him. And I mean, his execution is so incredibly clean that, I mean, why would you change this, right? There's no real rhyme or reason to actually change that. And, right, here we go once again. The Ling Repair Micro. Look at how far he sends those Ling backwards as well, making it hard for that Reaper, and then, yeah, there it is. So that's how you do it, guys. In case you were wondering, oh no, don't lose that Creep Tumor. Alright, nice juggle there on that Queen. We'll move it forwards. Third command center on the way now, already for Cure. That's a very quick one. Spicy. Not even in the wall right there. Trying to delay the 3rd base for Sue as well. Making things look normal this way, of course. Definitely some stylistic choice differences. But you know what? Sue actually, he's going to go for the lay attack. So once again, he's not doing the same thing that we saw the previous time. And this time around, the Reaper looks like he will be able to get himself into the main base. Will he be able to get the Scout off, though? A little bit of a... either miss micro or hesitation, perhaps. That Queen from the main base saving the day, not allowing that Reaper to get the Scouts off on the main base and see the lay attack on the way. I'm fairly certain we'll be seeing the Mutalisk once more coming into play here. And he's up against the Banshees as well. So it's like pretty much a rematch of the previous game that we saw. Pretty much dead on. And now he's going to come in here and see that this 3rd base is pretty darn late. That's a very delayed 3rd base. Now, overall, he can't really respond too much to it. I guess he wants to get the Scout off into the main base right now. Needs to know what is coming. Oh my dear lord. Is that a thing you can do now? Wow. Alright, that was really cool. I guess you only needed 2 shots because it's light armor now. That's nifty. Nifty. Alright, But yeah, very similar stuff. The Spire now in production. The Banshee flying across the map already, of course. No spores being created here. I suppose, you know what, you wouldn't make spores because of already having, well, first and foremost, you have the lay attack available, right? So you can make overseers for stealth detection. And you're gonna have Mutalisk, right? What else would you need for anti-air if you already have the Mutalisk? wonder if this is like a little bit of a response as well. This type of play with the quickest fire, because of the battle cruisers that, you know, continuously do make an appearance. Because if you do find yourself suddenly against a battle cruiser, I suppose the timing would be around now, right? So it would come in right about now, and you would be able to just instantly start making Corruptors instead of Mutalisks as well, which would kind of help out in that sense. And now, instead, if there's no battle cruiser, you can make Mutalisk. I think that might be a little bit of what he's doing. I could be wrong with that one, though. Don't take my word for it. I'll have to see more games like this really unfold against the other Terran openings, and then kind of get a glimpse into what really is happening here. But I can see that working out in that way. Alright, +1/+1 for both these boys. Starting that production. Well, as soon as those 2 Evo chambers, of course, are done. That is a rule set in stone from the gaming community and their government. The government of gaming. Right, Mutalisk trying to catch these Hellions right here. I thought for a moment that he was just going to go for the offensive play immediately, but we'll try to get as many of these Hellions as possible. At the same time, these benches, there is a Spore Crawler there, so that definitely will help out. I think the Mutalisks were trying to find those benches as well, perhaps, but... Right, anyway. 1 Banshee already getting kind of low, but again, 5 kills already being made. 6, 7, there you go. Almost 8, yep, 9. Man, I don't know how this man does it, but 10 workers just like that. Even with a Spore, with a Queen, everything's there. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine, no problem. I'll be able to make this work. Hyperreads, thank you for the follow. Also the Fabster, Ship 1, Pain Dog 1. Kind of let you guys hang out to dry there for a moment, but thank you for following. Hope you're enjoying yourself overall with the game so far. Su versus Cure happening right now, as you can see. Don't think you guys needed me to tell you that one. But, you know, that's my job. It's what I do. Part of the job description. Here we go, a couple of creep tumors immediately busted down. Tanks get themselves in a pretty good position here. Cleaning up a Queen immediately. And once more, we're finding ourselves in this position in the game where this time around, though, I think Su is a lot better prepared, right? Didn't lose as many workers. He has more forces now because of this, right? More Banelings, more Zerglings. Overall, catches one of the siege tanks here. That's a big deal. Reinforcements coming in, though. We've had this a couple of times, right? Where it looks really good for the Zerg, and then all of a sudden he retreats and gets himself into the good position there to just send in those reinforcements continuously. Oh, but Su just goes for the counter-attack right here. Look at those bailing hits. Oh, 26 workers just like that. Gone with the blink of an eye. And this might be the better choice here, actually, because, well, we saw what happened in the previous game. Oh, those Banelings, though, getting shot apart by that siege tank. Very well done there by Kjør, and it looks like he will be able to stabilize back at home, all while he killed off the base. And he's moving on forwards on the creep right now, getting himself in a good position over here as well. Oh boy. Alright, well, in come the Lynx, in come the Banelings right here. The Zerglings trying to catch the tank shots, but the tank shots being retargeted onto the Banelings, causing a lot of them to die off. And, I mean, yes, he holds here now, but he lost so many Zerglings, so many Banelings. And as we said, once again, that reinforcement's coming in to save the day here. And Kjør may find himself once more in a position. Oh my god, gets the Baneling nest. That is a massive pickoff right here. Only 6 more Banelings in production, and that's going to be all the Banelings we're going to see for a long time here. The Mutalisks, no, it's Mutalisk. 15 of them going down very quickly right now. 12 of them remain, and that's really the crux of this play right now here for Su. It's all he has, and they're dropping like flies. Zerglings are not going to be enough with the Mutalisk to fight pure on Marinus, and being supported by the Medivacs as well. Yes, Transfuse is pretty good, but think the medevacts with just machine guns underneath is a little bit better here, especially if you don't have chemical bombs to blow them up when they're all stacked on top of each other. We still don't have a remake on that Baneling nest, by the way, guys, so I mean, maybe he would have been able to start making some Banelings right about now if he immediately remade that one. But I don't think it's going to be happening anymore. I think we're approaching the GG. As there it is. GG is called. So, getting himself in a pretty good position there, but doesn't manage to close it out. And Cure once again coming in with these timing attacks, right? Just freaking Marines, siege tanks, and medevacs, and you're like, well, this shouldn't work at the start, right? At least that's me. I'm like, well, this shouldn't do the trick. That's not a lot of stuff he has. And then, you know what? It just keeps trading efficiently, keeps coming in again with reinforcements and resupplying the overall stock. And, yeah, gets himself well and proper established there. And he's going to be the first person to advance into the playoffs right here. Let me just grab one of these. So professional. All right. Okay, let me see, guys. What we got going for us is, of course, afterwards, well, right now we're going to be seeing Patience versus Ragnarok. Sorry, some leftover saliva. Anyway, Patience versus Ragnarok, and the winner of that one will have to go up against Sue. So we could be looking at Patience maybe getting a rematch with Sue here, which did look a little bit one-sided, but we'll have to wait and see if he will be able to get himself up in the overall brackets there again. Or maybe Ragnarok. Ragnarok also, of course, a very strong Zerg. I think he should be a good match versus Patience, and he definitely should be able to win that one. Wait, wasn't it Patience with Ragnarok as well in the... Hold up, hold the horse. Hold the horses. GSL 2020. Who else was in Ragnarok's team again? Patience. Yeah, it was Patience. Wasn't it Patience that beat him out? Man, I don't remember. That's fun, though. I mean, they were in a GSL group before, and that was the actual GSL group. And now, over here, representing his own team. Maybe that's going to give him a bit more extra power. The Fabster saying, I ain't even playing StarCraft, but these pro games amaze me. To be fair, though, you need to have played a little bit of the overall StarCraft, or at least RTS in general, to have the experience right there. Right? You need to be able to really know how much effort it is to do all these things at the same time, right? Manage your economy, manage your troops, be on top of the overall micro with them, be on top of what your opponent is doing, right? Read into it, keep tabs on the mini-map, and all while, you know what, thinking about your strategy, how else you can approach things in the situation, and what the right moves are. You know what? All of that stuff at the same time. It is thoroughly impressive, and yeah, I very much agree with you there. Who won? Cure definitely took the victory there. I mean, he keeps losing the first one in the best of 3, and you're like, all right, well, this looks very good for the Zerg player. And then Cure just kind of is like, well, I mean, I could lose, or I could just kill all his stuff, go with this Hellion Banshee play with the Marine Siege Tank follow-up, absolutely destroy you, and do that twice in a row. And that's just basically Cure right now in a nutshell. Also, Mal Seferet, hope I'm saying that right. Never played StarCraft in my life yet. I love watching pro StarCraft. Really? Okay, that's pretty cool to hear. Devi Lords, many expansions, many meta changes, but the old Marine tank medevac push is still strong. That's right. That's right. You need to have a good surround. You need to have the creep spread going as well. And not having those in the right position, not having those at the right time, it's going to cost you. That's going to cost you a lot. And we're seeing very nice making use from Cure there, of course, with the timings overall. where he knows that it's very unlikely that there will be a lot, a lot of things overall. All right. Wait a moment. I just realized something. I had to play some sort of a video as well. Hold up, guys. Let me see if I can get that established right here. Let's see if we can do that quickly. Alright. It's Rushy, so say hi to him. I think it's only like oh, okay. Hold up. Not that quickly. Alright, let me see, guys. I'm gonna do a little bit of a video clip, shall we?
Rushy, and this is a 1-minute tutorial on how to create your own Matcherino quests for your online events. Let's get started. Go to Matcherino.com and click the sign in button in the top right. You'll need to link an account to begin. I use my Twitch account because it's the most convenient for me, but you can choose which one works best for you. Once you log in, click your username in the top right and select Profile. Along the left side will be a place to select Sponsor Quests, and you've arrived. Click the Add button and give this quest a clear title and a sleek image. Your quest can be attached to all games, but one option to better reach your audience is to limit your quest to games that fit your specific community. You can also target specific audiences by whitelisting specific countries, or by blacklisting specific countries so they can't see your quests.
Really?
You can also set specific actions that your quests require, such as website clicks or Twitter follow. Doing all of this will get you great-looking buttons that your fans can interact with on your Matcherino page.
Buttons!
Use the Analytics tab to see how your quests are doing and what works best for your community. Every click counts. I hope this video helped you start your Matcherino quest. Thanks for supporting Matcherino. Now, let's get back to the action.
Right, thank you, Rushy. Thank you, buddy. Alright, that's that sorted out. Let me actually go into this screen. There we go. Alright, in the top left sides of the map, we have a Blue Zerg player fighting for the Alpha X team. Here's Ragnarok. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have a little red Protoss player. He is fighting for a team LP. Ooh, that seems like a very cool team as well. Anyway, he is. Patience. And I'm back. I'm back, guys. I don't know what happened there. Just first Rushy came into the room and started doing all sorts of stuff, talking to me about Matcherino, and then I don't know, it's like this weird elderly German fella just was like, I can do this, I will be able. And then I was like, alright, yeah, that's right, I know you can. And he was, you know, he's still here sometimes. He just kind of intervenes mid-sentence. I don't know why he's doing it. It's kind of weird, awkward in a sense. Yes. Alright. I think it's because I just haven't slept properly overall. Illy217, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. Kind of letting me change the subject there a little bit. Digging myself out of the hole I dug myself deep into. And coming back to reality with something reasonable to say. Such as thank you for that follow. Very much appreciate it. Hope overall the StarCraft games and all that good jazz is entertaining. And you know what, providing some overall emotional baggage or support, whichever you prefer, for your life journey through, well, I guess life. Alright. Queens on the way. Twilight Council as well. That could be interesting. That could be a doozy, right? Am I right? A real doozy. Going for this triangular base over here, actually, you know. Wondering if that is something to do with the adepts. I don't know. Is it a little bit closer by than this one? I don't think it is, right? Maybe it's easier with like having stuff over here up top as well. Maybe some roaches? I don't even know. Maybe there's less space between... Well, I guess there is more space over here, but behind those mineral lines. So maybe it's harder for the adepts to get on the, behind it? Could that be the reason? I don't know. Yeah. Dose of reality into StarCraft 2. Alright. That's good to hear. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if we have the same reality, L30TM. I'm very much of the box of cereal, alright? I'm that kind of guy. Alright. Adapt Glaze. That's a nice thing. What a surprise. Alright, Ragnarok so far. Just gonna squeeze out a couple more of those drones right there from those egg-sacs, and we'll have to wait and see if that will be able to get things sorted. Who win? Cure or Sue? It was, in fact, Cure. Cure managed to bring it back, the reverse all sweep in the best of 3. Being able to bring it to a close here. Now, there's the Roach Warren right now. Ragnarok on 41 workers, so he's being a little bit careful with the overall worker count. Looks okay. Getting himself the links now as well. Let's see how well he holds against these adapts. Now, this is the bread and butter for patience right here. And we'll have to wait and see if he will be able to get the damage done in the first place, or if he will have some sort of a follow-up, of course, as well with the Immortals, the Sentry attack afterwards. Alright. Coming in, there's the Shades moving out and about. I wouldn't... Yeah, right. That is good. That is good. Not letting that Shade finish. There we go. Already a bit better than it was beforehand. Queens here for Ragnarok might have a little bit of an opportunity. I think they might be able to hit the War Prison from there, but it might just be me still being used to the 9 queen range instead of 8. Oh my, losing 1 queen right now. This is actually a bit of a problem now with the overall positioning of the bases, right? It's very easy for him to just move the War Prison between these 2 locations. And it's going to be difficult. Now into the natural base as well. Ragnarok needs to move his drones. There we go. Oh, not mineral walking them. A little bit of a clump there. Having the Zerglings delayed as well. Moving them back into the main base. So there's a single adept right there. That's always the most painful one, right? The one you don't think will get a lot of work done, and then suddenly 8 workers just gone like that. Poof. Gone in a flash. Right, that's 8 workers still killed off. That's a reasonable amount. Getting a, well, 2 queens. A couple of those Zerglings. Killing off a Spore Crawler as well. I'm wondering what that was about. Maybe he didn't have anything else to do. But anyway, yeah, that's a strong one. And it looks like we will be having the follow-up here. Oh, he lost the War Prism, didn't he? Yes, he did. Alright, wow. Okay, very nicely done there by Ragnarok, shutting that at least down. And that's going to mean that follow-up attack here from Patience will not be having the, well, the same amount of Immortals as you would have had otherwise, right? It's going to go for the 3rd base, though, as well. Is he? Well, I mean, the gateways are... I think he will do the follow-up. I think he will. I'm pretty sure. Because that's what I know him for. That's what he usually does. Now, this is the wrong way to approach StarCraft 2, guys, but... I mean, sometimes it works, right? Sometimes it does work. The best way to approach StarCraft is to kind of identify the signs, the telltale signs that now you know for certain that something is coming up. Alright, well, I guess the links here do manage to get the cancel on that one. That is nice, but at the same time, of course, this is the real kicker. It's where the real... gruesome stuff might occur, but I think, you know what, in this position right here, it looks pretty darn juicy for Ragnarok. The army supply heavily in his favor. He needs to get on top of this army, though. The force fields are really good, and all the Zerglings coming in from behind are cleaned up now. More Zerglings as reinforcements come in. The Immortal is dead, and GG is called. Alright, Ragnarok had everything he needed and cleans it up. Alright, very well done. So yeah, I think a big part of that was killing that War Prism. Well, it would have been a double the amount of the Immortals, of course, afterwards. The overall location of the engagement right there, not the easiest place to fight with your sentries, right? It's a very, very long pathway for the force fields there. Rank 8 is cereal this morning, eh? That's right. That's a jacket today, right? I'm kind of blending in with the background, but it looks pretty good. Nifty jacket. Sometimes, you know what, I don't wear it because it's too hot today. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna weather the storm. Does look good. Thank you. No. I'm crazy today. I don't know what it is. I think it might be the jacket. It might be the jacket. Giving me too much confidence overall. Game number 2. Ragnarok takes the first one. let's see if he will be able to take another one, and with it, be able to move onwards to the decider match and try to fight off against Sue. This, the last opponent, of course, also trying to participate in the playoffs right here for the overall tournament. Tomorrow we'll be deciding the other 2 players for the playoffs, and then afterwards we'll be going for the whatchamacall-them. The playoffs, I suppose. I already said it a couple of times, but you know what, it's... sometimes you say something a lot of times and then you're like, wait, what was I saying? Or you just kind of forget mid-sentence. I just said it 3 times, and now I don't know what it is anymore. Looking pang, as we say in London. Alright, I see. I wish I was from London, honestly. I hear they have great cereal there, honestly. I can't stop these jokes. I am joking, I hope you know. Alright, so what is happening here? A cereal cafe, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Wait, I need to give this man a point. Can't let him not have a point due to forgetfulness. That's not the way this tournament is run and operated. I've tried to make it be that way, but people didn't want it to. They thought I would abuse the overall powers given to me. Which I suppose is a fair point. Oh my, didn't get to block there. I thought he was gonna try to, but just barely didn't get there in time. So yeah, the double hatch here for Ragnarok will set him up pretty nicely for the later parts of this game. Patience. What are you up to, Patience? What's your real plan here? What's the end goal of this thing you're doing here? Is it gonna be a Twilight Council again? Is it? Come on, you can tell us. You can tell me. I won't tell Ragnarok. I promise you. I don't think he can hear me. If he does, that would mean he's stream cheating, which, in that sense, would disqualify him. Would be a funny way to lose the tournament. So yeah, there is the Twilight Council. Once more. I mean, I think we're just gonna relax here a little bit, right? Wait for the fireworks to kick off. How are you guys doing? How's your day been? Oh, Spy-Dare. That's a funny name. Spy-Dare. There you go. So you're a clever one, aren't you? Thank you for the follow. Spy-Dare. American Day. That's right, actually. Independence. It's a glorious day in Slog. Is that what I'm saying it? Slog? Slug? Is that? I don't know. Where's it? What bit of the world is this? Alright, nice. Oh, it's close to London? Oh, I see. You know what, honestly, I thought it was like some distance place in Finland or something. We've had some Finnish people before, so I thought it was continuing onwards. But, alright, now I know. I know the error of my ways. Wow, Ragnarok making a spine crawler here. Really? You're half finished? Wow, alright. Man. The inside info. So the ayahuasca. I've unlocked mind powers. Again, that was just a joke. Can't help myself anymore. Somebody stop this man. Stop the adepts as well at the same time, please. Doesn't want to let them go up this ramp. Please don't. Okay, whew. Sometimes you're like, well, he shouldn't do it, but it's patience. He just might do it. He might be just crazy enough to go for this one. Let's see if he will let this Shade finish. No, he won't. Alright, gets the Queen. There we go. This is already looking pretty darn good. 6 kills immediately being achieved. I mean, if you get out of there right now, I think that's already a good achievement right there for the Adepts. Yeah, there you go. Move back out of there. A couple of Adepts in the main base as well. Might as well give it a go. There you go. 8 more. That's 9. That's 9 workers right there. Just down the drain. Subbing L30TM. I appreciate it, my man. It's not what we're doing right now, but it's close enough, I suppose. Suppose people can make it their own tournaments as well, in a sense. It's not the website that is sponsoring us, though. Right, 4 Adepts now coming on in. Coming in hot. Well, there, cancel. Alright. You know what? This looks like it could be a problem. And it isn't. It's not a problem. They just got surrounded. And I mean, did he even lose a single one there? I guess he lost a couple, but... Right? Did he? I don't even know. It's, oh, I see. Will be our next one. Maybe. Probably not, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I think this one already going a lot better here for Patience. He is getting himself a 3rd base again, but behind this he went for a mass amount of Phoenixes. Right now getting scouted by that Zergling right here. We'll have to wait and see if this is actually going to get the job done. I think it just might, because there's only roaches on the field. Zerglings, there's an alright amount of queens, and I guess 2 spore crawlers already in each base. So Ragnarok did already kind of figure this out, that what this was coming, which is nice. And I suppose there's only 9 of them. Making a Nidus network now as well, that's a very cool idea to kind of circumnavigate the overall value that will be achieved by those Phoenixes if you do march across the map right here. Adepts attempting to get close. Did they see the Nidus? Okay, no they didn't. It's right over here, so that's going to take a while to really get the scout going right there. Oh, those Adepts, man, they are living on the edge. Living on the edge. Trying to get there continuously, not quite being able to achieve it just yet. More Phoenixes firing right into the festivities right here. The balloons being popped. You know what I think should happen? I think that the Overlord should have a little rope that is attached to a queen underneath, so it looks like a real balloon. And then, as a Phoenix, you can fly in between the queen and the balloon. And then you can cut the cord in that sense. That'd be pretty fun. I think that would be a fun little mini game for people to play. Right, anyway. Here we go. This is a big fight coming up here. No immortals. Well, actually, 1 immortal right here. Oh, my dear lord, those force fields. That is disgusting. That might just put an end to this overall attempt here for Ragnarok already, just like this. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, Ravagers now being added into the mix as well. Oh, Biles. No Bile hits, though. Boom calls it the skill shots. Look at those transfusions, though. Man, Ragnarok is really good with the transfuse. He knows how to press that button. Like a professional gamer man. Right, get those force fields. There we go, breaking it open once more. Might be able to get in here now. The army supplies are pretty close, and I mean, with the shield batteries added in here as well, I'm a little bit frightful. The Queens, though, giving valuable support as well here. Okay, just sends the Roaches and the Ravagers into the base right now. Wants to disable the robotics facility, perhaps. No, will try to commit for the army here, but the shield battery still being extremely powerful. Gets the cyber core, but I think overall he's going to get cleaned up here. Look at the amount of stuff that's being left. We can't even see the battle anymore. What is happening down there? Put down those queens. Oh my god, there's still quite a bit remaining here for Ragnarok. I mean, the Phoenix is doing their best work, though, right now in the lower numbers. And there you go. GG. GG. Patience ties it up again. Ragnarok, valiant attempt to go for that Ro8 aggression there with the Nidus swim. I thought for a moment, honestly, like, theoretically, I felt like that should have worked in a sense. But the force field's too good. The overall, the shield batteries also got out in time. It just got scouted too quickly. And I think overall, the Roaches and the Ravagers going up into the natural base may not have been the ticket to victory there. Perhaps. You know? Because, like, the Queens, they were still fighting the Immortals, the Stalkers, the Phoenix, everything else. And they're tanking a lot of damage. And if you could have those Roaches and Ravagers at the same time applying the damage, then maybe he would be able to kind of let that snowball into his favor. But, I mean, looking at the supply, actually, the army graph. This is the army graph right there on the side, guys. Didn't look too great, honestly. Now, a lot of that is the Phoenixes as well, though, of course. The Phoenixes don't do that, well, they don't kill that much against Roaches, Ravagers, and Queens, but especially with the transfuse, but they take them out of the fight very quickly. So that's an even bigger deficit right there than what you would have, I suppose. Because so much stuff for Ragnarok. Just not going to be able to fire at all. Alright, so moving on through the third game. It's match point right now. Ice and Chrome will be the map. And the Alpha X folk really hoping that Ragnarok will pull this one through. And get himself another attempt secured to, you know what? Well, I guess he hasn't played Sue quite yet. But it would be nice if he does manage to get there in that position. And then have the chance to move on through to the playoffs. Right, Ragnarok, patience. Game number 3. Game number 3. It's not number 4, it's not number 2. It's not number 1 either. It's game number 6. No, I mean, game number 3. And on the top right side, we have the blue little Protoss man. I don't know why I'm calling him little. I'm not quite sure if he is. He is. Yeah, the match 3.0. Nice. He is a blue Protoss, and from Team LP, he is Patience. Bottom left side, there he is, the red Zerg, fighting for Alpha X. He's a new addition to the overall squad. He is Ragnarok. Rocking the new hatchery skin there, it looks like. Wonder if he's using all the new Zerg skins. It does freshen it up a little bit, doesn't it? From like we used to see all the mecha Zergs, which is a little bit unfortunate because then all the races are just the mechanical units in a sense, right? Doesn't have that much variety in a way. Almost feels like a new entire race. It looks amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing it as well sometimes, but so many people using it, and I was thinking about getting it as well myself. You know, just kind of go with the flow. And then I suppose this is a nice little change. Nice little change. Alright, getting the spawning pool. I mean, I think we already know what will be happening here. In a way, right? We've seen how many games right now from Patience? Is this game number? I think it's game number 5. I think it's the 5th game. It's all been PVZs, and I guess we did see the Stargates once, right? That did occur this one time. Didn't end all that well for him. But we'll have to wait and see. He might do it again here. The strength of the Stargate opening is that you don't expect it as a Zerg. The weakness of it is that the Zergs, they already have the Spore Crawlers, just in case of the GT opening as well, of course. That is the follow-up to the Adepts, so sometimes it's the follow-up of the Adepts. So it's quite crucial to get yourself the spoil crawlers, and then not that expensive. You will be able to just get away with it very easily. Alright, Twilight Council. Overlord on the run. Trying to get back to safety here. Looking for a place to hide. I wish Overlords had the same technology as the Changeling do, so they would just transform into an enemy unit as soon as they kind of got close to it, and then you would just have like an awkward stalker kind of dangling in the sky, just kind of like floating about. That'd be funny. Right? It doesn't really look good either. He looks very bloated and stuff like that. Again, a very bloated stalker just up in the sky. I think this is also another thing we need to add into StarCraft. And, alright, well, let's see what this bad boy will be able to get achieved with the Adepts once more. I mean, we're on 38 workers. We're very low on the drone count. Well, I guess we're getting 4 more, and we're getting 2 less. Oh, no, he saves those 2. Alright. So 1 less. It's 41 workers. It's a safe amount still. It's relatively safe, right? Sometimes I think the ballpark would be around the 44 workers. But anyway, gonna have a good amount of roaches here immediately as well. Already started up. Is he just completely skipping the links? No, he has a small batch of links here, but really doubling down on the roaches. Now, that could still provide some awkwardness for the overall defense of this. Where, oh, look at that, the Russian Pine. Thank you for that sub as well, my man. Another person coming on in. But yeah, the blue Adepts right here. I don't know why I mentioned they are specifically blue, but they will be able to just shade away in these roaches because they are so slow. Gonna have a hard time keeping up with the Adepts, and right now the Adepts, they're gonna have a good time fighting against that small group of links, right? I mean, look at how long really they're buying time here. It was like not even a second, really, is what it felt like. But you know what? He is cleaning this up relatively nicely now. Coming in with the roaches on the shades, that was a good one. Having some reinforcing roaches as well. Actually, he cleans that up very quickly. Holy moly. Job well done by Ragnarok there. Not losing a single worker. Very, very strong opening here. Huh. Huh. Guess I learned something today. Okay, that's the first kill. That was the first drone kill from that entire attack. Patience really had the idea that he could just take the fight to his opponents and kill off all the links on top of him. Didn't turn out that way. Too much reinforcements came in for Ragnarok. And now again here with those roaches already on the shades. Doing a good job that way. Ragnarok checking for the third base. Do both these players have Diva as their announcer? I think they do. Right, let me wait and see until he has like a little bit of a kerfuffle. And then we'll listen to it. Because I think both these players use the Diva. I don't know why that interests me either that much, actually. It's not that important, is it? Not really. It's funny, though. Right, here we go. Oh, didn't get the memo. We'll try again at some later point. 2 drones do go down here in the third base. Couple of hallucinated Phoenix. The famous Siamese hallucinated Phoenix twins, as they are called. Used to be circus performance until they mysteriously disappeared. There's a lot of links. There's a lot of roaches and ravagers too. Ragnarok, are you planning to have a little bit of a offensive here? I think maybe. I mean, Patience looks pretty darn ready for this one, right? He doesn't have the robo bait just quite yet, so he is mid-transition Okay, hallucinates a Colossus as well. The force fields are pretty darn good. Again, buying a lot of time against those Lings. And the Lings, I mean, they're trying their best. Coming in around, though, with more Lings here. And that's looking pretty darn hefty. Oh, my God. Everything's going down quickly now. Jeez Louise, even with all those shield batteries right there, that is not going to be enough. That was an absolutely amazing surround there for our Red Zerg. And it looks like Ragnarok may have just done it and beaten back the Protoss here. Well, it's not quite done yet. Of course, there is a War Prism and a couple of Immortals here. Never underestimate the power of the Immortal. Okay, Zerglings, well, and the War Prism, of course, yeah, and those two in cohesion with one another. Zerglings into the natural base. The Ravagers holding back the army. Been not allowing Patience to really come in here, as he's trying to cause a stir in this base right now. More Immortals are being created. I think that's in the main base right now. The Lings are kind of struggling there in a really bad position, fighting against the Zealots. And yes, he did kill himself 25 workers. Also in the main base, of course, with a couple of more Zerglings there. Has he done it? I think he has, right? I mean, I'm having a bit of a deja vu. I'm a bit frightful now after seeing this happening versus Cure. But then I suppose Patience, no Cure. That is, right? He also doesn't have mules, which is also... I guess he does have the Chrono, though, so he has his own little thing. Nice dodges, though, with the War Prism here so far. Jeez Louise, look at this micro. My God, Patience. Calm down, man. Jeez Louise. Okay, loses one of the Nexus now as well. I mean, this is the final shot for Patience, right? He needs to make this work, but he realizes. Okay, taps out. GG is called. Ragnarok will be moving on forwards towards the final deciding match versus Sue. That's coming up right after these ad breaks, which is this one right here. And of course, this one right here. Talking about... Let me see, what are we talking about right now? I think we're going to talk about... there they are, that's my sponsors. We're going to talk about Lenovo. Lenovo is none other than one of the greatest sponsors that we have, of course. Why, you ask? Well, it's because they are committed to supporting online gaming communities and events. That's not just us. Their partnership goes with brands like TSM, Apex Legends, and NRG as well. And that is just the start of this commitment. They're looking into expanding that continuously. The new Lenovo Legion gaming community is your place to go for exclusive streams, weekly giveaways, staff access, and more. Right now, Lenovo is doing weekly giveaways, actually, for their, well, Legion gaming accessories. That's a tongue twister right there for a Dutchman like me. Anyway, enter weekly for a chance at one of those prize bundles, including a Legion K200 keyboard, M500 gaming mouse, and an H300 stereo gaming headset. Support us by going to the event page for the Lenovo sponsor quest to get started. That would be on the match arena, and keep heading back to gaming.lenovo.com for more chances to win while learning from pros. That is gaming.lenovo.com. Check them out, guys. Have a good time with some pro insights, while also, you know what? Maybe winning some stuff. Winning stuff is always the best thing to win, right? I mean, winning something for glory is nice, but you know what? The stuff is what was really important, because then you have a physical thing that will give you the recollectance of the glory that you achieved at that time, and you have something to rub in the faces of the people that you've won over, right? So that's always it's always quite prevalent as to why it's a nice thing to have the thing to win. And in this case, it's gaming accessories. So I suppose that fits pretty well with the overall people we have involved over here. Did I run the ad break? Okay, I did. That's good. All right. So also remember. There is the Alpha X Matcherino right here. There's some coupon codes as well that are still available. I think that's in total $300 worth of Matcherino codes that we could use here. So that will still add quite a bit to the overall prize pool. Would be very much appreciate anybody who hasn't already to help us out with that one. It's very easy to do. All you got to do is, well, I'll show you, I suppose. With this one click over here. Use Twitch. I like to use Twitch. You know, it's the easiest way for me to do it. Already logged on with that one. Anyway, then you go to contribute. You type in 8x500DJ and contribute. Voila. Easy like that. Easy as pie. There's also an entire replay pack available here, as well as jerseys and a caster's tip jar. That's also right there. And yeah, so the replay pack over here that will grant you access to the entirety of this thing. This entire overall bracket right here. 2 group stages of let me show you actually, while accepting the invite there as well. Are we in? We're not in. Hold up. Did I not accept this? Somebody was kicked from the party. Oh, I see. They were in. Well, I'm sure that will be okay. Alright, let's. Did we get it cancelled? No, we're in. Okay, good. So yeah, this will get you the replays of all these groups right here, right? So matches of Cure, Armani, Innovation, Ragnarok, Stats, Patience, Sue, and Dream. Those in particular. Also some matches between Solar, Kiwian, Rogue, Special, Zaun, Nice, Hurricane, and Zest. They were also all participating. And the other ones still to come, of course, here. Stats, Innovation, Armani, and Dream. In this group, stage number 2, that also advanced. So these games are going to be happening tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Europe summertime. And that's in 19 hours and 23 minutes from now. So that's going to allow you to do a little bit of the good old maths in your mind. And then afterwards, to close it all off, we'll have our playoffs, which will be the best of 5s and the best of 7. Because you know what, leaving it with like 4 players as champions, that's not really what people do usually with tournaments for some reason. I don't know why we can't all be winners, but apparently that is too pricey financially speaking. Having 4 grand prize winners win the same amount of money. As if the math checks out, that's I'd say like 3 times the amount of money you'd need. Maybe. I don't even know. Well, because you're saving on... Well, I guess there would be more second place winners too, so that would actually increase the amount of money quite a bit there. Alright, anyway, in the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for Freaka Freaks. He almost managed to get out of this group, but Cure had something to say about that one. He is Sue. And his opponent, the red Zerg right here in the bottom left side. Also an Alpha X Fanatic. He is Ragnarok. And also, let's go up against Cure earlier on today. Also, well, managed to get the first victory against his opponent. The blue, well, the Terran, I think he was blue usually. He was playing a lot of blue colors, right? I think so. Anyway, yeah, so getting a lot of momentum in that first game. But then afterwards, I don't know, Cure's just the beast that he is. Will not allow an easy victory like that to just let him be walked over. Alright. How does Matcherino make money? I think Matcherino makes money by just kind of... well, it's interesting, right? I think they make money by just... You know what? They probably just kind of do a... I think it has something to do with economics and... You know, they have money, right? They have money, and then the money, they put the money in... So they have more money, and... I don't know, something happens with it. And then they spend the money, and I think that's about it. I think that's about it. Alright, third base on the way. Yeah, as well, another one. Ooh, 2 third bases. two links as well. It's the power of 2. Almost made a Me Too movement joke there. Glad I didn't. Would be very unfitting. Because that is a serious issue. That, like, you know what? Would be in poor taste overall. Just hinting at the joke though. I think that's okay, right? Maybe, in a sense. It's not even a good one, honestly. It's just mostly about there being a lot of 2s right here. I know where I'm going with this. I probably should change the subject. And I'll do that right now. Baling nest. Look at that! A baling nest! So just one of them as well. Crazy. Oh wait, there's the second one. Oh god. Alright, Hold the line. Shut. Hot waters. Right. What is the plan here, really? There's a lay attack on the way for Ragnarok, alright? That's one thing. We're seeing Sue kind of going for the melee attack, actually. Now, that's pretty good, because that would allow your links to do more damage, I suppose. Also, the Banelings, if Ragnarok does get himself +1 armor, right? I mean, that would still allow his Banelings to one-shot the Zerglings. Which is nice. Also, Ragnarok going for the +1 melee attack. Both of them, actually. Makes me wonder if that's just the way to go. Sue, quite far ahead right now on the overall worker count. And that's rather impressive, because, I mean, Ragnarok really doesn't have that much else going for him, right? He has, like, what, 3 extra links? The same amount of Banelings, same amount of Queens. He has 1 less Overlords here. Is he saving up money? Was he saving up money? Were you saving up money, Ragnarok? This is a weird one. How did Sue just magically get himself 10 drones ahead over here? Is it the workers? Is it the lay attack that he was getting? 2 extra hatcheries to the Roach Warren? Something like that. Something must have happened here. It's pretty nuts. I saw a lot of extra money, though, coming into the pocket right here of... Wait, why is this not working? Do we not have Game Heart on? I don't think we have Game Heart on. Alright, well, that's... let's use this one, then. There's quite a bit of extra money coming in for Sue. As you can see, clearly indicating by the income. It's not a grav. The income numbers. Oh, careful. Alright, here we go. Adding in the extra... Oh my god, that's a big connection. But still enough links, though. Ragnarok will be able to hold on for now. Oh, 3 more Banelings. I mean, they're not going to be able to clean up this hatchery anymore, but maybe the reinforcements will. Trying to get close to those other Banelings would make it a lot easier to clean them up. Man, if only you could attack them with all those links, right? That would be so much easier than to kind of kill off, but then you'd lose all your links. Oh, there we go. And, oh, that's a pretty good connection. Mutalisk now on the scene. We'll be able to safeguard this, well, at least a drone for now, and restart that base immediately afterwards. Sue also making 13 Mutalisk right now. Looking for a good place in this game. Who's gonna have the higher Mutalisk numbers? I think it will be Sue. Yeah, just, well, actually, no, that's 3 more on the way here for Ragnarok. So he did manage to get that a little bit ahead on that one. He also got them sooner, so... we'll maybe able to catch some of these Mutalisks before they all group up here. Killing off Overlords as well is a nice thing that happens. And now needs to get out of there, though, of course, with the support of the Queens and the higher Mutalisk number. Not a place where you kind of hang about. Couple of Banelings. There you go. 2, in fact. It's a single Zergling over here, though. Two Overlords everywhere I look now. Right, so we are just kind of stuck here for both these players on just massing up on the Mutalisk. The +1 armor is about to finish though for Ragnarok. That might be a big deal for him here. Should be able to, well, if he gets a fight going, to really win that quite heavily. But we'll have to wait and see if that's actually going to happen here. Of course, the Mutalisk numbers as well, very important here. 25 versus 27 at a moment in time. Jeez Louise, this is getting a little bit choppy. He does have the +1 armor, and it's really working out in his favor right now. But you know what, actually, with the queens there as well, it's not working out in his favor. Holy moly, Batman. What? Well then. Very interesting, and just like that, suddenly we have 20 Mutalisk versus 10, and GG is called. It's not the most entertaining overall ZVC I've ever seen. But, well played there by Sue. Very well done. And manages to take it. I mean, he did manage to get like 10 workers ahead as well, which was, that is massive, right? That kind of shows you the small differences still in skill. Whether it be a little bit of a build, whether it be just more on top of his injects or more on top of his spamming the D key, right? Stuff like that. It does make a difference, and that's what we're seeing right there from Sue. So well played indeed. I'm gonna quickly click this. There we go. Ensure that there will not be any ads in the middle of the series here. Sue is so solid. Yeah, I think you're right. Sue is just really good over here. The Russian Pine, man, you subbed before you followed. That is quite funny. Thank you for the follow though as well, and thank you for that sub once more from before. Very much appreciated. I hope you didn't misclick the follow button and then accidentally subbed, and then you were like, wait a moment. I'm still not following. Oh, I'm sub now. Very appreciated though. Thank you for that. I hope you know you did sub. I hope you're not like, oh wait, I am subbed right now. Huh. That fella is right. That little man on the computer screen knows what he's talking about. What is this? Alright, well, dangerous situation for this man right here in the bottom right side. He's the red Zerg. Probably a map that, you know what, if any map, you might be able to make something weird or funky happen on this one. He is Alpha Axis new edition, Ragnarok. Bottom left side, there he is, the Afrika Freaks Phenom. What is this man doing? Dear Lord, somebody get the fire extinguisher, because this man, he's on fire right now. Making a spawning pool first. You have to be on fire right now, otherwise why would you be in such a rush? I don't... Is this making sense yet? I don't know. Anyway, here's the... he's the Blue Zerg Sue. Soon on fire. That's the base for Ragnarok. He did get himself a spawning pool first. That's a very big deal right here. That's gonna help out a ton, Sue. Let's see. There go the links. Is he bringing the boys as well? No. No, Sue says no. He's also going for a hatchery later on. Did they both just go for spawning? Am I this crazy? Am I just not paying attention? Am I just saying Sue is the aggressor here? Ragnarok also on fire, it looks like. Both of them. Just on fire. I mean, I guess Ragnarok a little bit more greedy, right? Going up to 16 works instead of 13. And look at that. Definitely paying off right now. Immediately on top of those other links. Getting a great connection there in the first go already. Sue really not anticipating those links to already be there either. And now being chased backwards with one of his links quite hurt. And having two of his legs bitten off, of course, now having only two legs, as is per usual. With links as they should only have two legs. Look, they're like little kangaroos. It's like they're just jumping, right? I mean, they should have only two legs. That's my opinion. Anyway, crazy. I don't know who came up with this 4 legs idea, but I don't know. Oh well. So we're just going to transition here, weirdly enough, from 2 people doing a spawning pool first into let us drone up as much as we can right now. Which is step 2 of any great CVZ. Pressure that doesn't go anywhere, and then do a lot of drones into both players losing most of their Zerglings in a fight that really doesn't mean anything. Or adds any kind of overall value to either of these players. So yeah. Let's see if Sue manages to get himself suddenly ahead again on the work account. I mean, he's been doing it before, right? So let's see if he will be able to do it once again. Oh, a creep to me there, a little bit in the way. Ragnarok wants to get himself sorted out in that wall right here. Might add another Evo chamber pretty soon. Not with this drone, though. He's gonna send that one off to the golden base right now. Set up shop over there. All while he's sending his Zerglings out for a little bit of a scout. He wants to kind of see if there is a 3rd base as well being made for Sue. He wants to get into this main base as well, see if there's a layer, see how many drones there are. If there's a roach warren, what is really happening. Are these minerals behind being mined out? Okay, he's actually not checking. I guess he already knows because he doesn't see drones moving back and forth. But, you know, there was a chance this was already mined out, right? So, I'm a bit surprised, actually, that he doesn't check for that. But as it turns out, he doesn't really have to. So, there's no influence of the game whatsoever. Okay, he is sending an Overlord now this way. So, now he realizes, like, oh, wait, I should have checked that as well. We'll be having a look-see at a later point in time. 3rd golden base now also getting scouted by Sue. Is he going to decide to then take his own gold base? No, he isn't. He's still committed to the base up here. As the lay attack a little bit earlier on, the Roach Warren as well for both these players now available. And you know what? This is weird. They're both just doing the same thing in a sense, aren't they? Ranged weapons attacks is this time this match choice. Neither of them going for the Ling Mutalisk. The gold base only has 1 gas. That's a good point. Yeah, so if you do go for Mutalisk, you probably don't want to go for this one. But then again, I mean, neither of these players are doing that exact thing, so... Alright. That's the Roach speed for both these players. A little bit earlier for Sue. Don't think it will matter too much. It would be a very, very lucky timing here if it does turn out that Ragnarok moves out on the map and he just does it a little bit earlier and manages to get the engagement going that he would choose. Gold is still worth if you can keep your opponent pins in his bases with mutas. You don't need mass muta. Yeah, I suppose that's true. But then again, if you're in a situation with Muta versus Muta, right, you would need to have the higher Mutalisk number. Otherwise, that's just a whole waste of supply in a sense, right? And resources. Or am I wrong with that? I don't know. I could be wrong with that actually. Who knows? Who knows? A couple of roaches here looking to partake in a little bit of a stroll along the bottom side of the map. There's Dropper Lords coming their way as well, meeting them in the field of battle. Send him over to this side over here. Sue already, you know what, attentive, checking his back door minerals. He's like, looks okay. Nothing to worry about, mate. Let me just get back to the front side. Ooh, this is a nice distraction here for Ragnarok. There we go. Yeah, get that focus over here for Sue. And Sue right now, he's, okay, well, he is aware. Good awareness there, sending a small cluster of those roaches that way. Is it too much though? Does Ragnarok now have the higher numbers on top of the front door? And I think he very well may have. Look at this around there. That's pretty darn nice. A great trade there for the Red Zerg. And gets the heck out of there again. Still behind though on overall resources lost. So, you know what? The reinforcements for Sue coming in there again. Doing pretty well, but... I mean, Ragnarok, looking at the army supply, 88 versus 68 right now. Pretty darn solid. Moving back around. Going back and forth between these two bases here. +2 weapons attack about to finish up here for Ragnarok as well. That's another thing we need to take a look at, of course. And let's see if Sue will be able to get things sorted here. Both players still on a fairly low economy, right? Only 45 versus 44 workers right here. And messing up on the roach counts right now on the 3 base. I mean, the one person that doesn't have the right amount of roaches is going to die here. I'm loving these overseers just kind of chasing on the army right now. Alright. Yeah, that gold base, of course, is adding a lot of value here. Definitely a big deal. Looking pretty smooth. Did he just kill his own creep to me there? I think he may have. He did lose the overseer, but he stops the +2 weapons attack here, dead in its track when it's already quite far behind. And now with the +2, in comes Ragnarok. Time for a big push here. And I think maybe with the +2 and the higher amount of roaches being supplied by the gold base, this might be his way of winning this one. Another surround. GG is called. Ragnarok takes this one. Very well played there with good movements on those roaches. Nice strategy. Good use with the gold base as well. And yeah, Ragnarok ties up this series overall, and that means we're gonna go into game number 3, which will be played on. Let me see. Everdream. The gold base was MVP. Yeah, I think the gold base there definitely added in a lot of value there for Ragnarok. Not sure if he would have been able to trade like that if he didn't have that, of course. Sue could have punished with harassment. Yeah, I suppose. It's a tricky thing to say, you know. I'm sure that Sue had something else in mind as well. He's a pretty darn good player too. Or maybe he was just like, you know, I'm not quite sure what to do here. I don't know. It's rough to say. Maybe he just underestimated something else, or he thought that something was coming and then it turned out to be that. And you know, there's so much stuff going on in the overall game of StarCraft 2 that just a little error of judgments, assuming that this is coming when something else is coming, thinking that something's gonna arrive sooner. A lot of that stuff can always catch you off guard in that sense. Alright. He needed to do something. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. He needed to do something against the gold base. Didn't manage to do so. And why that is, who knows. But, yeah. We have a saying in the Netherlands where it's, the best sailors are always on the dry land. Which is, you know, a funny way of saying, you know what? Yeah, the old version of the backseat gamers, right? I'm drowsy at, and I thought it was Jim Parsons casting for a second. Jim Parsons? Who's Jim Parsons? Who is this? Who is this Jim Parsons person? I'm gonna Google this. Hold up, guys. This is more important right now. This will establish the overall amount of confidence I have. Oh, it's that guy. I see. Yeah, he's a funny guy, isn't he? It's not a great looker, though, to be fair, but I guess he's funny. Depends on what made you think that it was me because of this. I'm gonna assume it was my personality and my happy, upbeat kind of overall presence overall. Alright? We'll just do that. Alright, anyway. In the bottom left side, we have a red Zerg player for Alpha X. He is Ragnarok. Top right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg. Fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is a Sue. Man, I really wish they had like an Afrika Freaks thing over here as well. Have to wait and see. Spawning pool on the edge right there to help out against any type of early attack. It's not going to be the case this time around. And once again, both these players kind of doing similar things to one another, right? Much better. Thank you. Thank you, Walk. Is that how I say it? Work? It's probably just work, right? I don't even know. It's an interesting name. Maybe it means something else where you're from. Or maybe you just like to work. Who knows? Joke T84. Sounds like a serial number. This one. JKT 84 reporting for duty. Anyway, probably just not reading into it properly. The butcherer of names, after all, it's what I do. It's my strong suit, overall. It's why people watch me. To, you know what? Hear their names being mispronounced. Is that just some sort of a handbook on builds that you need to do on certain maps that I'm not aware of for Zerg? Because this is the third time where both these players are doing the same thing. Look at how similar these... Look at it. Look at this weirdness. What? What's happening? It's like a glitch in the Matrix. It's like... What do you call it? What do you call it? The thing that happens. I don't even know. Forget I said anything. Forget the entire cast. It's over, guys. Never mind. Ruined it all. We were almost there. We almost made it. It's okay, I have to say something stupid like that. Alright. Yeah, again, they're going for the roaches, both of them. Continuously going for the same strategies here. It's very, very interesting to see, and I'm wondering what that is down to. We'll have to wait and see if, you know, who plays it better, of course. So far, the drone count's still pretty darn equal. Su slightly climbing ahead right now. Actually, he's going to climb ahead a little bit more so. And overall, it's, again, not completely clear for me as to why that would be. I guess it could make a layer attack. Overall, once again, being picked up by Ragnarok. Oh wait, no, but now Ragnarok's jumping ahead in the work account. This is getting intense, guys. This is where the true battle lies. Forget these links. Just who can make drones the quickest. Bleh. Okay. I think he needed those banelings here to hold off the links for a little bit longer. Up until the roaches are here. Now the roaches do arrive. I think he should still be okay, right? As long as he doesn't lose too many. Nice target fire there by Su. But, you know what, actually, those 3 link kills, or the worker kills there, puts him in a pretty good position. Once again, being 10 works ahead for a moment. I thought I was turning around there. Also taking a 4th base, so, you know what, actually, looking pretty darn solid. Ragnarok. Oh, Ragnarok going for the Nidus Worm once again. Sees the Overseer coming in, sends out that Queen a little bit desperate. Please don't come here. No, don't see it. Oh, he saw it. He saw it, son. He knows what's coming. Cancels that 4th base. You know what, at this moment in time, if I was Ragnarok, I'd just be like, you know what, let me just go back to droning again. Let's just forget this entire Nidus Worm thing. And that's actually exactly what he's doing. He's maybe going to be able to catch up in the drone count now with Su. More so doubling down on the roach count himself. But it does mean he will have a higher roach count, of course, for a while here. And a Spire comes down. Alright, interesting. Very interesting. Maybe another Night of Swims just to kind of show that, you know what, I'm not doing something else here for Ragnarok would be cool. As Su is still investing in defensive stuff right here, right? He's making a spine, he's making more roaches, like, continuously. Now, those roaches could still spill across the map and then suddenly be the worst thing imaginable here for Ragnarok, which, you know what, might be happening pretty darn soon. 80 army supply versus 60. We need to have a great angle of engagement here for Ragnarok, and that might be his only way. He's making 2 spine crawlers now himself as well. He managed to get ahead on the worker count, but for how much longer will that be? Oh, will not be able to block that wall there in time. And right here, oh, walking into the biles as well, because he's trying to deal with the Zerglings on the other side of the map here. Well, in the other base, I should say. Walks into his own biles as well. Gets the spine crawlers up, but they're right on top of each other. So take AoE damage from the biles right now. And I think this may be the end of things here. Ragnarok a little bit in desperation here. The Spire as well for Su being created. So not even that advantage will be anything to look forward to. And yeah, there it is. GG is called. Su takes the final game here and will be our champion. Well, not the champion, but the second person to move forward. So I guess he takes second place here today in the overall bracket. Well done to him. Well done to him. We'll be moving to those playoffs as well. We will be back tomorrow. We'll be live 2 hours earlier than where we started today. And we're going to get that sorted out. Also, of course, guys, don't forget about the Matcherino page. That is still a thing that you could hop onto. Help us out with those codes. Help us out with the overall prize pool. And that should be pretty darn solid as well. I'm going to be looking for somebody to raid right now. So don't you guys dare to go anywhere, because you know what? I need to get this stuff sorted. All right, I need to impress my friends with the view accounts right here that I'm gonna be raiding with. Right? Who should we do this to? Uzikoti? Let's send you guys over to Uzikoti, shall we? Raid Uzikoti. There we go. Uzikoti, a marvelous French Terran player, very strong, very cool, and very nice guy as well. He's a very nice, cool guy overall. Much like me, you know. Anyway, go check him out. Go say hi, everybody, and well, have a lovely rest of your day. And I hope to see you soon again. And yeah, love you all. Thanks for joining. See you later. Bye bye.